Hello and welcome to an emergency Quant Gang stream. We are here with over 100 people waiting for the episode to start, and here with future us, WhalesOnly, and ALLin, in order to see what's going on with the Pulse sacrifice. It appears that billions are pouring in the final hours. What do you guys think?
This is just crazy. What's up, everybody?
Hey,
We bet.
wow.
We
All I can say
better.
is wow. Wow, wow, wow.
We
Wow.
better run the intro, gather our thoughts, and be back in just a moment. All right, so what do we know so far? So this is something that I guess I had predicted on Quant Gang about. I said $10 billion might go in.
You
to the
did?
You
Pulse
did.
sacrifice.
You did, and I thought that shit was lofty like a fool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a fool.
I was like, divide that by 10.
Right? Yo, look, this is crazy, man. To me, I was literally like off, like I'm here like watching some TV show. Like I'm like literally vegetating today. And I wasn't supposed to, but I said fuck it. And decided to vegetate, and what the fuck? The next thing I know, 15% of the supply is gone, and people are like DMing me and shit. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I thought the day was over at whatever number it was earlier. What was it, 4 billion or 2 billion? I think it was 2 billion. Yeah, I thought the day was over at 2.5, 2 billion, right? 3 billion, whatever the dollar value was. And the next thing I know, it's 4 billion. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And now we're at like fucking 10 or 12. 11 last time. Okay, let's see.
I saw 3 billion and it brought a big smile to my face, and now I'm looking at 13 billion, and I'm just
there
like,
you go.
My jaws dropped on the floor. I can't even pull a smile together.
So I've
What?
had, this was the value. I haven't hit refresh yet.
Oh,
About
wow.
an hour ago when we were setting this up, I hit refresh. And so right now it's at this old value is 5.2 billion in the other token section. And then if I hit refresh here, whoa, 13.4 billion. So it appears that billions and billions of dollars are flowing in to this sacrifice address for Pulse Chain, which, as I described in a 12-minute stream earlier today, Pulse Chain is a fork of Ethereum that's being released by Hex founder Richard Hart, and it appears that it will beat Ethereum 2.0 to market, and there's a lot of interest in it. I guess one of the things that we might be wanting to debate tonight and go into the chain data and see if we can find some answers would be to get any idea whether the origin address from Hex could be one of the entities that's contributing to these extremely high numbers. I mean, somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the largest ICO in crypto history.
I think that's correct. I've never heard of a $10 billion figure for anything crypto related off of the bat. Never. So, yep.
Yeah, I think EOS did 4 billion.
4
I
billion,
think
that's right.
That was the highest.
Yep, I think you're right.
Yeah. So everybody's really excited. I know that's why we wanted to cover it today, and do this emergency stream, because really, like Cash Plus says here, thank you for the $25 super chat. History in the making. That's exactly what I was thinking. And so I know that we all have kind of different perspectives as usual, which is what makes this show so interesting. And I know some of us think that this is the origin address acting, and others are thinking maybe not. Maybe this is Three Arrows Capital. Maybe it's Overwatch, the billionaire that we know has been buying into Hex and Pulse because of a news release that came out last week. What are your guys' thoughts?
Future, I'll let you go first, brother. I'm sorry. You're muted, bro. I guess I should have went first anyway.
Yeah, I was just saying I'm still trying to get my head straight. So you go.
Okay. So interestingly enough, first thing this morning when I started seeing all of these sacrifices hit, my first instinct was just to go to hexinfo.io and check to see if any of the wallets had any stakes, just to see if it really, because the sizes were crazy, right? So I'm like, all right, is this all or not? And the majority of, well, all of the addresses I entered showed no stakes. So my first thought, and I think they had a referral too. So my first thought was like, okay, this has to be OA. But I'm not so sure anymore. I'm really not, because these.
Oh.
Looks like we lost Whales.
Somebody just sacrificed him. Come back.
Eric Wall is already in the trading chat asking questions. Wow, that's hilarious. I believe it too. Okay, here we go. Whales is back.
I see the furrows are rearing their ugly heads, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you got sacrificed there, Whales.
Well, I thought about sacrificing myself. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That would double the value that's in the address now.
13.5 billion as of right now. That's crazy, man. What was that? Probably 17% of the supply gone. Wow, 17.82. Shit.
Bitfinesse here says Richard Hart is the only founder in crypto who goes to war for his users. Every other founder runs or succumbs to the urge to follow others. Richard sharpens his tools and gets to work. Respect.
That's right.
Well put.
Hella respect. I just, yeah, a caliber of person that I personally can barely fathom. Honestly, I just how the consistency is the thing, right? But just yeah, it's like every day seems to be a good day when he presents himself. So some kind of discipline or something going on there.
We hear that it's really good luck if you want Hex and Pulse to continue doing well to hit the like and subscribe button. Go ahead and subscribe to WhalesOnly while you're at it. And yeah, I think this is going to be one of those really fun streams where people are reading the comments and everybody is blown away. And just as a community, we're kind of experiencing this moment as it happens. We've got another 2.5 hours before the end, and I guess we're gonna see how much value there is in crypto that cares about free speech, that cares about low fees. I know when we were in Vegas, we crushed a whole car that had the license plate high fees with a tank because we don't like high fees.
No, we do not.
That is it.
And it's just incredible. I mean, in the first, 18 or 19 days of the sacrifice period, it seems like there was a total of about 700 million, right, that was sacrificed. And now here in the last really 12 hours, we're seeing 12 times that come in, 13 times that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I really didn't. I mean, I thought 2 billion was a stretch. Honestly, I didn't think we see these kind of numbers.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they don't pay humans to think that much.
And so I think, but at the end of the day, I think that the game theory really suggests that this is what would happen, right? Because Because really at the end of the day, I think Hex has been a learning experience for everybody who has had an open mind in crypto. And I think that Richard Hart has been learning himself, right, along the way. And he said that, right? He shares a lot of his thoughts, and some of the things that I've learned from watching Hex has to do with really looking at how the origin address kind of stalks the whales that are trying to play their games in Hex, and might have a stake like right before and right after a whale is getting out, just to remind them that they aren't the only person who needs to benefit from Hex. And so I think that that's really cool, that the goal of Hex was to create new whales. And so far, we haven't had anybody come in and dump the price for too long. What do you guys think about that analysis? Do you think that it's true that we're seeing the origin address possibly contribute to Pulse in order to be the largest player so that it can hold some of the cards and keep the other whales accountable?
Define what you mean by the origin address, because there seems to be two different aspects to that. Like, the origin address to me is the origin address as specified in the contract. But there's also this idea that funds that came in through the adoption amplifier that might have Ethereum that might have gone back into the adoption amplifier to buy Hex and all that. And some people seem to conflate that possibility with the OA, but they are in fact two different things. And I think the conflation is because of the speculation that they may or may not be the same entity, It doesn't seem to me that the actual OA address has done anything in the last 48 hours. I've just randomly checked 15 or 16 addresses.
But us keeping us accountable to the technical details to say that, yes.
But if the OA and this other thing that we think might have happened are in fact the same entity, or of like mind even, then you might be able to call them the OA as well, I suppose. But I don't know. I'm a bit of a literalist when I'm not talking bullshit. So
okay, so, not the literal origin address, but yes, the funds that were collected as a part of the Hex crowd sale, or however we want to describe it, right? Because Pulse isn't even really an ICO because it's not a security, and that's the whole weird language that's surrounding sacrifice instead of, right, like buy-in or whatever.
But it's not an ICO though. I mean, it's happening whether people sacrifice or not. If only $1 came in sacrifice, it was still going to happen.
Yep.
Probably.
Oh, hey, look who we have.
That's
here.
a great point, actually,
David.
Future. Mr. Feeder.
Yo, what's up, dudes? How's it going, guys?
What's going on, boss?
Long
Thanks
time
for
no
coming
see.
through, man.
Yeah, definitely. This is a special occasion.
Sure is.
It's a
Sure
holiday
is.
right here.
Basically, yes. Basically, yes.
This is
I'm on stream with David Feeder. I have peaked. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We were all thinking it.
Yeah.
the dream is to get on stream with Richard. That's the key.
right.
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody send him the link. Got
Yeah.
some
My
explaining to do.
My final act. I'll save that for my final act, just in case.
Oh man, we're still at 13.5 billion. It hasn't changed. I kind of get disappointed when it stops ramping up after it starts.
Yeah, it's like we went live and 2 minutes later it jumped
It
up into
died,
100 million, and now it's like, come on, what are you?
Yeah. I mean, we got what, 3 hours left or so? Let's see.
2 hours and 25 minutes by my
go.
calculation.
2 hours and 15 thereabouts.
The end of another second life-changing opportunity for all the
That's
people who
it,
got
man.
involved. This was chance number 2, so this is the last call.
Should we talk about how people can sacrifice if they're so inclined?
Do you think I should now? Maybe I should.
You gotta
last
do a
call.
little bit. Come on,
It's
at
last
least
call.
$1.
You can
Last
use
call for
PayPal on
alcohol.
Coinbase, and you can wire some money real quick to Coinbase with PayPal, like instant, and last
Oh, I
chance.
got it. It's all there. Don't worry.
There you go. Last call.
Oh, come on. Nah. Buy the dip.
Last call. I mean, we got to understand something here. We don't know what this is going to look like when it launches. So,
No.
Oh,
I hate maxis, but I think I'm ex-maxi. I think it's happened.
I've had this conversation before with people, and I think there's a difference between being a maxi of something that, no matter what, you're just gonna side with it. Like, I've never been that kind of person where I'm just gonna side with bullshit just because it has to make sense, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the negative connotation of being a maximalist, is that you're always gonna stick to something even if it doesn't work. I think being a hex maximalist or pulse maximalist or whatever you want to call it, right? Point is, shit that works 100% of the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a maximalist of something that actually works. Like, there's a big differentiator there between picking something just because and picking something because it works.
You know why it's the best, and you
right.
Like that's
verifiable proof, right?
Yeah,
like,
empirical
evidence is kind of a big thing. Just, a little bit.
Yeah. Even if it used to be the best.
Even if it used to be the best. Yeah. That's right.
So Whales and Future Us, if you guys haven't sacrificed yet, could I send you a little bit of crypto and then maybe you would?
Oh, I sacked, bro. I sacked on day 17.
You sacked?
Yeah,
Future
17
Us?
and 18. Sure
What
did.
do you say? Can I
You haven't sacked yet,
sacrifice
Future Us?
Sacrifice some crypto.
My
for
wife-
you
This,
there?
my
this
wife
is the
came and
floor,
asked-
bro. This is the floor.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah. My wife came and asked if she should, and I said, well, I mean, it's an opportunity, right? You decide. And so she put a little bit in. Oh,
anything's good. Even a little bit's fine.
Here's the thing. Remember those poor souls that put in a little bit in the hex? Remember
Yeah,
those
but
poor souls. Don't
gotta-
be a little putter-inner.
I gotta take it out of hex to put it into pulse, though.
Oh, well, I just did what I had to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Decisions.
Decisions.
Do you consider me a peer? Am I up at your level? What about you, David? Am I a peer? Is this peer pressure? That's what I'm trying to ascertain here.
Basically, yes.
Or is this just some wise dude telling some schmuck that he's an idiot?
I mean, that's another level of hex maxi, where if you don't want to part with any hex because you won't sacrifice because you love hex that much and you want to keep it. I mean, that's dedication. That's smart too, because you're going to get the P hex, you get a copy of it all. Like, that might be a great play too, and then you could just buy pulse later after launch. So
You can't lose either way.
Who knows?
That's
like,
what I was thinking.
yeah, it's going to hit the market eventually anyway, and who see? Maybe there'll be a nice dip after it comes out. Who knows? That's Randy Hilarski called that one. Most cryptos, when they come out, they go up and then they go down. And that's when you buy right there. That just like in hex, Jan 15th, 3 weeks after launch. That's
January 5th.
Yep.
You got to be there to do it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the
Sacrifice
catch.
is nice and easy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The value proposition for hex, it's just hard to.
Beat.
I mean, pulse chain is exciting as all hell, and I think in the short term, we're going to see some amazing growth. But I don't know, man.
It's an adoption play. I mean, but then the question is, will people be so happy with Pulse? Then they'll be like, oh, I guess Hex isn't a scam.
Well, what's
then
interesting?
they'll buy in.
From what I'm hearing, a lot of the folks that we're finding in the Pulse chain chat are actually new Hexagons that only know about the Pulse chain chat. Interestingly enough. Yeah.
Kind of cross-pollinating in there. They come from the Pulse chat and then they find out about Hex and then they're onboarded.
It's a little bit of both. Turns out.
I could see that.
13.6. Yeah, so there's a lot of cross-pollination going on courtesy of Pulse. And I think that we talked about this before. we kind of saw this coming, right? We talked about, Pulse is going to bring people to Hex because then they're going to learn quickly. Well, if these guys are creating a blockchain, well, how the hell can Hex be a scam? You can't hide anything on a blockchain. Or at least last time I checked, you couldn't. I don't know. Maybe things have changed.
It's been so long now. It's been so long now. Feels like in crypto time, a year and a half is forever. So it's here we are, guys. Like we're still here every day, like
every single day, annoyingly so.
So it's this is gonna be great for onboarding. But this is like ETH back when it came out. It was 15 cents each, and look where ETH went. So that's the Pulse opportunity.
Wait. Where did the ETH go?
Loss.
We're seeing it. Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So, I wanted to go ahead and just make the announcement that we are doing the fundraising for the second Hex conference, and this is going to be in Las Vegas on March 6th through 9th. It's going to be a actual real scientific conference. We're renting space, and so that's why we need to raise enough funds in order to put the down payments on the conference center and all that good kind of stuff. And so if people are interested, they can go ahead and be one of the early ticket holders. You can go to pulsehex.com or pulsehex.eventbrite.com and see the details there. We are selling the tickets to an online event, and then only the people who go to the online events get airdropped the tickets for the physical event. So it's a way for us to get those funds collected and into the down payment section. So it's exciting, and we got a lot more announcements to come that we'll be doing on separate streams, but just wanted to let people know that you can go to that and pick up tickets now. We're only doing 1,369 tickets. So, I mean, if everybody who's watching the stream, by this time tomorrow buys one, then they'll be sold out forever. So
wow.
Go ahead and get yours now.
Instant pre-sale, and it's gone.
Yeah. Crazy.
Now, are we so I don't think we're really going to see that much FUD compared to what we've seen already. I mean, I think we've already had peak FUD for the origin address. I think that this is really a show of force, right? Because it doesn't matter where the hex came from. It doesn't matter if it came from the origin address funds. It doesn't matter if it came from Richard or if it came from other billionaires in the space, because what we know is that hex has not been sold, but it's still moving. And so that seems to inspire confidence when people actually think about it. What do you guys think? Is there a counter argument there?
Nope.
I like it even better than having a questionably dead Satoshi, and you don't know, maybe it is that guy in prison. I forget his name, but it's, what if he is still alive and just, Paul LaRue. What if it is Paul LaRue? What if he gets out? What if he gets back? And then boom, like, hey, it's possible, maybe, but I'm not worried about it. So having a great leader like Richard, whether or not he is the OA, but it's all good. What's up, Blaze?
Hey,
What's going
guys.
on, Blaze? How you doing?
Hey, Blaze.
I'm doing great, guys. I'm really excited about all the crazy action going on. So just wanted to stop by and say hey.
Yeah, thanks for
totally.
joining. What are your thoughts here?
Man, my mind is just blown. Hey, like I always, it always made sense to me that the OA would sacrifice, like just on lots of different levels, but actually kind of just seeing it play out now and just watching these numbers explode in front of my face is, it's wild. I'm enjoying it very much. What about you guys?
Blown away, personally.
Still trying to figure it out emotionally.
It's like the Super Bowl if I cared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's just wild. Absolutely wild.
Yeah. I mean, I had figured this would happen, but the OA
Yeah.
second, it was, why not? Of course, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And this gives us an idea of how much is out there that hasn't been sold, right?
Yeah.
If there's $13 billion worth of hex that's really out there floating around, and somebody's been able to delay gratification on that to the point where they're willing to sacrifice it for Pulse, that's really amazing to me.
There's your proof right there. Like,
Yeah.
it's like there you go. It makes the optimal play every time, and it has diamond hands better than anybody, you know. So
yeah, I mean that's my thought, right? We have empirical evidence that we have actors in the space that are clearly all about delayed gratification and nothing more, right? And we don't have to hypothesize. Evidence is on the chain. So good luck to those that try to defy that one.
and then you got to ask yourself because I'm on apphex.win/charts, and the sacrifice percentage now is 17. So there's
Wow.
Yep. But
I was gonna
that's
say,
a lot,
yeah.
but that's not the predicted 50% that the OA owns. That's just part, right?
Yo, imagine if you dumped all that
this
shit.
could get really wild, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
In the next
yeah.
2 hours, this could get
crazy.
epically more insane.
Yes.
Or the OA is smaller than we thought.
Or the OA hasn't done it yet and has yet to do so, and this is all 3 hours.
Well, there's
There's
gonna be some fireworks. There's gonna be some fireworks.
I mean, we still got 2 hours, so anything's possible.
Yeah, and I guess we have to think about like what are the OA's goals here? What are his intentions with sacrificing? And I mean, I guess we might be able to reverse engineer,
It's good for market cap.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's number one. That's
The
number
OA,
one.
Yeah, the more
the
the
OA
sacrifice,
appears-
the more it prints.
yeah. The OA appears to hang about with a guy that I know that seems to be into total domination. So there's
Indeed.
there could be some influence going on.
In 3 Arrows Capital, I think that's actually the number 2 sacrifice from Pulse Lead.
What up?
935.
What
Yo,
up,
what's up,
Karim?
Karim?
What's up, Blaze? What's up, everybody?
What up, homie?
Chillin',
What
man.
up,
Doing good.
Wells? Who's happy about Big Payday 2.0?
Loving it, man. Loving it.
My favorite thing, man. Woo! Defense mechanism activated. This is so funny.
Yep, exactly.
Maddie sent me a link. I'm like driving. I'm like, all right, Maddie, almost got to an accident because of you.
Good job, man.
I was like, autopilot, you're going too slow for me.
Yeah.
I need to move more than 90 miles an hour, so I had to disengage and
Yeah.
had a little bit of fun.
I'm supposed to be working right now. That just absolutely went out the window. So here I am.
Maddie was just
crypto
not happy,
history.
so I was like, I gotta be there. Maddie, I love the rant too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I did a 14-minute rant earlier today.
I
Trying
watched
to
it on
keep my
2x
skills
speed. That was
sharp.
awesome.
Nice.
I watched it on 1x and 2x, so there.
All the energy was awesome. I was like, I'm getting contagious,
It
man.
was
That's
good.
working.
It was good.
That's awesome.
That's right.
So what I miss?
So
Somebody bring me up to speed before I say my 2 cents.
$13.6 billion or more that's been
So far, exactly.
sacrificed to the address. Richard just posted on Twitter, should I do a live stream ?
I
So
love it.
people can go out there and encourage him to do that, because we'd love to
Yes,
see
please.
it. We have
Absolutely.
an insane number of people watching right now. This is a major
nice. How many people we got
community
here?
event. 363 people.
Hey.
What's up, everybody? This is
Hit the
awesome.
like and
Mexicans in the
subscribe.
house.
And if people are still looking to sacrifice, you can learn more at pulse.info, right?
And you have 2 hours.
Now's the time.
Bang, bang.
2
And
hours
then-
on the dot. Make believe it's an episode of 24 and hop to it.
Oh, this is gonna be so great. I was about to wait for tomorrow because there's so much
Take it
juice. But hey, if Maddie wants to start that I told you so show, I'm ready. I got my book.
Yo.
This is gonna be awesome. Oh, but yeah, but seriously, and anybody in the chat, if you have any questions, please ask away. I know some people are a little bit confused. I was in a trading chat, just dropping some wisdom there for them to understand. And just to clear the air, like your pulse, for those who are wondering about this, your pulse sacrifice, your points and everything, it's already locked in. This is the reason why we waited until the last day, because the volume ranking is already done, your TWAP is already done. So whatever you have, when you did your math, and that's the one usefulness the post lead, that XYZ website is going to be, you already know how many posts you're going to get. That is set. The only difference is now the pie just got bigger. So for those who thought that you're just going to low key walk in and be a validator, well, think again. The defense mechanism, it's like big payday. You come in, you're just going to think you're just going to come in and dump on people. Well, no, think again. It's not going to happen. So you didn't get anything negative. Actually, everything's positive because, again, concentration of ownership is good for price appreciation. Chances are those, this is math, it's not speculation. This is Quant game before Quant game. Those coins will not be dumped, period, full stop, end of story. They're most likely going to be used to validate so that we're making sure, you know, if somebody is nefarious, we can just vote him out. So that's
keep the network up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Those servers, making sure nobody's screwing with the blockchain. Yep. 100%.
Exactly. And this is a little bit of speculation, but just to make it fun, throw a little opium in there. Some of it could be used in the future for many other different incentives. You know what I'm saying? Like, could be for helping some liquidity pairing or whatever. Hint, we're potentially going to have an exchange coming soon, right? So we don't know what the PUSD is going to be. That's the biggest thing we need to worry about. Therefore, we're going to stick to what we know. And what we know is Pulse, because we can create a bridge with that. We can do a Pulse to Ethereum. No big deal. There's no admin keys for that. We're not going to get screwed. The path of valuation is going to be made through Ethereum, through Pulse, and then Pulse going to give value to PX, and then we just roll. Like, we don't miss a beat. We just do our own thing. And then if Ethereum trying to fuck with us, we're just going to go wide, like Richard said, and then we're just going to... So either way, that's what that ammo is for. It's just sitting on the side, ready to deploy when needed.
I don't think it'll come to that. I don't expect that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't see that coming.
It's just that, Karim, you got to be kind. You got to let them know we don't want to do it. But if you push me, you're gonna get it. That's just, you know, it's like why do you learn martial arts? It's not because you want to go around and beat up people. You want to be able to, you know, protect yourself. So people don't think you're no punk and just gonna be like walked over. You know what I mean? No, like we know pushovers. We're kind Hexicans. We're not nice.
There won't be any issue from Vitalik because, you know, he's always sorry, man. He's, you know, I just want to say, you know, Vitalik, if you're watching. Wait. He's not watching? Oh, wait.
We'll send him the
Where are you, Vitalik? No. I mean, he's always been about, you know, the live experiment and seeing how things go. Sort of the genuine in it for the tech guy in a way, I think. So he's not going to be any kind of issue. I think he's going to be just as fascinating.
Except for when he dumps ETH on the top.
Well, you see, that's facts.
Unlike Richard.
That's facts. We can't forget that twice, people. Come on now.
Because he's in it for the tick, right? So who cares about the price? Just dump it.
I think Vitalik, like he's cool. He's definitely watching. Like, hey, shout out to you. Thanks for charging high fees. Like, whatever. But all right. So I think people, you know, they might I think people might, you know, say that I got lucky whenever I predicted that the OA would sacrifice 10 billion, and obviously I didn't get the number right. But let's go ahead and make some more like wild predictions while we're at it, right?
Yeah. So, and Maddie, for the record, I want to be clear because no, that was no luck. You called it perfectly. And the thing is this: that's what we wanted to remind everybody with the wisdom is that I've always had that in the probability. That's where you have to account for that. That's what I was telling people too. Don't necessarily expect the pump. There's levels to this, like Mick Mill said it. There's people that got so much coins, they don't need to push the price up. They just sacrifice and then they just wipe you out. So this is the reason why when I was telling people they want to 5 swing with the whales, I wasn't worried about the OA. OA doesn't need to pump price. It's just, and the cool thing is those tokens getting out of circulation, some of them, and that's why I'm going to wait for Gunther to finish the spreadsheet, but some of them actually came from the liability tab. And that's a big deal, because they were not in the typical OA addresses. So that's going to remove more out of circulation, which makes Hex even more scarce because they're not coming back anytime soon. Therefore, it makes it even more scarce, which means what you see is what you get. And the last minute game that we're playing right now is the Wells got to run some quick math right now, real fast in 2 hours and be like, okay, how much does it cost me to get to top 33 if I want to be a validator? And you got to decide quick because the longer you wait, OA keeps sacking and then the price keeps rising to be in the top 33. So you got to do that quick math. Then you got to buy, you got to push the price up. You got to figure out, do I unload the hex that I have, do I buy up first? Because make no mistake, Goldwell got another 188 million hex just chilling. Obviously, it may not be top 10, but he just needs to be top 33 if he wants to be in that game. So there's all kinds of math being going on right now. But this is why I was wanting people not to be gamblers, because you're relying on that. It's dangerous because there's only 2 hours left. It could pump or it could not make it to 17 cents. And then at that point, you're going to feel sorry about yourself. So it's important to put all the factors in, but you want to have the sack bag and then you can have the YOLO bag. You know what I mean? This is kind of the nuance.
Yeah, I've definitely still got a YOLO bag ready and waiting. And I wouldn't be, look, I'm not banking on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some fireworks. Like, I think someone's going to be sitting here looking at these numbers going, I want to be one of those validators. And they'll be sitting there really like thinking.
Overwatch wanted to be one. And then he tweeted before he said he tweeted and left, Maddie. Now it's Overwatch. If you're watching, boy, now it's your chance.
Somebody send him the link. Yeah, let's get Overwatch on here.
Until yesterday.
So, all right, let's talk about some predictions for tonight. So we have another 2 hours and 4 minutes left, and a lot can happen in 2 hours in crypto, especially in Hex and Pulse, because Hex is designed to pump. And so I think I'm going to revise my number for what I think the total sacrifice is going to be. I think that 40 billion would be like a perfect 10x over what EOS did, right? So maybe that would be like the best bragging rights. Now the question is, how do we get there? Does Richard go live, and then while he's live, billions keep flooding in so that it creates speculation about whether he's the OA or not, because it's happening while he's doing a live stream and obviously answering questions? Or does the price pump so much that what has already been sacrificed becomes the 40 billion? Well, let's stay tuned and find out. Hit the like and subscribe, people.
3.69 times the EOS would take us to 14.76. So I'll take the conservative end, 14.76 billion. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Maddie, I got 2 questions. When you calculate, are you calculating value being sacrificed, or are you calculating the value in the wallet? Because again, there's a value sacrifice, and then if the price pump, those value in those wallets going to be worth more because the price is going to be higher. So, because that's important. What are we talking about? Are we talking about validated sacrifice value, or are we talking about what's going to end up in the wallet if the price moves out of nowhere?
I think the more statistics people can follow, like in sports, the better.
Okay.
Both.
Because I'm looking at this, right? I want to throw some opium, but I want to also, back it with some math. And then, so I'm looking at the limit orders right now, and there's not much at 12 cents, but there is about 650,000. I mean, it's not crazy, but there's a like a mini sell wall at 13 cents. Now, you can look at it 2 ways. That could just be like, well, unless it's real organic buy that come and buy that 600,000, we're just going to be stuck here. Or a whale can come and take that, run with it, push the price up, then use it to sacrifice. So there's 2 ways you can look at it, because it just sits there and it could be used to push the price up, or it just becomes the floor. And then, so like Gunther was saying, it might end up being like an eBay auction, last 30 minutes, put up or shut up type of moment. So you got that to worry about. On the other hand, you want to look at it also at total value of Hex. I like my favorite stat for me. I'm a value investor. I'm not trying to trade. Is I'm looking at it at percentages SAC. So I'm gonna go to another website, which will be one of my favorite now, is on the apex.win. And I think Golden Yacht was tracking this earlier. We are about 17% right now. 17%, 0.82 sacrifice. That's fucking insane. So I'm expecting this number to trend towards 20%. And that's 20% of total Hex. Total, people. So if it's 80 billion, then you're looking at that. So to get to Maddie's number, 40 billion, we need that percentage to basically go to 50%. So that's kind of the math. I'll be happy with 20%.
Or a price pump. And remember, what I predicted earlier was that the Ethereum network could get so spammed with transactions that it could actually stop the limit orders from working.
That too.
Something I've seen. And so that could cause a wick to go as high as
Yep.
the sky. Right?
That's why I said the most key is the last 30 minutes. The last 30 minutes for two simple reasons:
Interesting.
eBay auction, and then remember, it's still TWAP, which means this is the last 30 minutes. The same way I told you long time ago, why to swim with the whale. If God will decides to make a point, there's no, well, besides obviously if OA want to fuck with it, but always not going to intervene. Always just going to keep sacking. And then you just come, you come. You don't come, it's on for you. But if God will push the price up, he can hold TWAP 30 minutes, no problem. Nobody in here
Easy.
is going to come in. And what are you going to do? Destroy your bag and then don't get the, nah, come on. So that's the third. I'm waiting for the 30 minutes. Maddie, if you want, we'll just chill and then 30 minutes. We
Yes.
start speculating.
Yes.
Because that's my TWAP. 30 minutes, because it's literally your last chance. Because it's going to average. So whatever the price entered that last 30 minutes, then you can start to speculate from there. And then, just like on big payday, I mean, as the hour goes by, the sacrifice volume just keeps accelerating. I mean, we're seeing Wellbot is on fire right now. I see those transfer. It's sick. It's like 130
Well,
million.
Bob broke earlier
Yeah,
today.
it didn't break at some point.
It started off.
It's crazy.
Cool down.
I'm sitting here like, man, how many t-shirts is that? You know, I'm just calculating in my head. I'm like, give me some of that. That'd be awesome. But yeah, it's just great, man. Just awesome. Chat's fired up too. What's up, everybody?
Yes.
Somebody say, yeah, it's like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's right. That's right. You're learning that martial arts. You don't want to use it, but if it comes to that, you know what to do.
Yeah, there's got to be some fireworks. Come on. I think I think there's going to be a price bump. I think something's going to happen in that last hour to 30 minutes, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm here for it.
I've noticed something weird though. Whenever Richard streams, the price usually starts to dump. And about 1 hour into his stream is when it gets the worst. And I don't know why. It just happens. It's happened like the last number of it
because you have
usually
some
happens.
traders that try to use that. As
People
a
are pissed. They're like,
buy-the-rumor,
"Oh,
sell-the-use."
fuck you, Richard! Like I'm selling. Fuck this." And then once he's done streaming, it starts going back up. And then new people are like, "Oh, I'm going to buy some hex," and it just.
But you got to
crawls
put that
right back.
against when Quant Gang streams, the
Exactly.
price pumps.
Because and then here's another opium since Blaise is asking for it. So the cool thing is this: it's perfectly timing. I mean, the dead cat bounce is playing live as we speak right now. Bitcoin broke out of the rising wedge. If you look at the chart, you can see it. I mean, it's not even that complicated. So, and then it's literally watch out below. And again, hint, you watch Richard's previous street, you watch the overlay chart. I mean, it's almost picture perfect. It literally tells you where it's going. So this is reloading the jet fuel. Remember, that thing pumped all the way to 42. There was a little liquidity event there. I saw some volume. And usually volume is great, but when it's red candle, that's no good. So that money, this is what the whales do, okay? Quick math. Pumps the thing, price goes up, they exit to USD, and then they wait for the thing to dump. Now, while they wait, well, maybe they say, you know what? If you look at the Hex Ethereum chart, it's pretty down a substantial amount over the last 7 days, which means it's due for a bounce. So, and it moves as a function of a square. So if it just goes back to the moving average, that's a 30% pump, which means moving a function of a square. I mean, do the math, right? So 3 times 3, baby. So that's almost a 2x right there. Next thing you know, you're at 22 cents. And all he has to do is return to the moving average. As a matter of fact, Maddie, let me just share my screen real quick. I just want to show that just for a little hopium. So timing is good. It's just a matter of we got 1 hour before the 4-hour candle close. And when that happens, especially on Bitcoin, people start to see, okay, it broke out of the parabola and it seems like it's not trying to come back. So if you're smart, then you exit out of your thing. So let me pull it up again. Share my stream.
We got 1 hour, 45 minutes left in the
Let's
sacrifice.
hear from
exactly.
Let's hear from Wales here. I haven't heard from him in a while. Still there?
He just tripped over the coffee table. He's coming.
Why'd you call on me when I was gone?
My bad.
Yeah, Maddie, let me share my screen real quick. I just want to show the chart real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, press the likes. Otherwise, we don't know that the hex price will pump if you don't hit the like button.
Is my
Not
screen shared?
financial advice.
Can you guys see my screen?
It's up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you look at this, right, which is obviously when you look at a pattern from Hex, this is bullish because it's been basically reload. I mean, okay, this is maybe a scam wick. Okay, let me just pick from here. It's down 53%. If I pick from the top, it's one of those perfect kind of like nice retracement, almost 60%. And usually it finds a bounce here. Again, looking at fractals, you're looking at this fractal. You see the same fractal here. Even during big payday, after the little this, there was always a bounce because he always bounced in the moving average, right? Even here, there's always a little bounce. And we haven't had the bounce yet. You know, we had a little kind of like a fake out bounce, but I think this got exacerbated because at the same time, the liquidation started to happen on Bitcoin and Ethereum started to really, really pump. So this is a little misleading because it's going down probably because of the pair is breaking because Ethereum went from, you know, $2,000 or, I mean, what is it, 1,900 and change all the way to $2,600. So the ratio had to readjust. But now guess what? Ethereum is starting to drift the other way because it's being dragged by Bitcoin, right? It literally broke the rising wedge. That's what I was about to show you guys tomorrow. I'm only looking at the short term simply because, you know, it's the dead cat bounce. So you see DMI is already crossing red, orange to let you know selling pressure. Market maker is shifting the business. And you know it's backed by volume because this is no joke right here. Red broke the Keltner channel, changed the direction. Every time this happened, I mean, you can't make this shit up. It's textbook. It's basically this guy over here. Now it's just process decay. So, but liquidity was sold over here. That money is in USD, ready to be reloaded. Could be reloaded in Hex, could be reloaded because why the fuck not, right? So then you go to Ethereum because this guy's going to drag it down. Ethereum is running, but like I've taught you guys before, when it pumps hard, you watch the DMI. The moment it breaks below red, it's going to go down. So it's ready for retracement because it's going to be dragged down by Bitcoin. So that's why when I look at this, I look at it like, oh, money is about to come back in. So which then tells me we are due for a bounce over here. And if I were to be just conservative and say this measure move, that's what I was telling you guys earlier. From here to the moving average, that's 44%. That's Hex ETH ratio. That's insane. So moving as a function of a square. So, right, you look at that, you're like, oh, well, that's going to be. Now, of course, if Ethereum goes down, it's going to be a little less. But I can conservatively see a 50% to 80% move. And if that happens, it's going to reflect in the price very, very nicely. So, but then again, we have that limit order that we have to worry about because the whales are still doing the shenanigans. So two things going to happen. When you go on a 4-hour chart, you look at it, you see there's a potential reversal here, and there's 50 minutes left. If this thing starts to pump, we might reverse. If it does not and gets stopped by the limit orders, I'm just saying that it's temporarily. We're still due for a bounce. It's just a matter of how fast do we bounce. So when I go back to the Hex USD, last thing here, I just want to show that briefly. When you look at this, it's bouncing here. Usually, let me go on the 1 hour because we're literally on the wire here. So usually this is bullish. And he has literally left this guy because this was the last cent. This bounce here was really bullish because if this went below, that was the trap door. Because when you do it like this, this is literally the retracement. We're supposed to hang around 618 because that's bullish. That's the perfect thing. When it goes below, it bounces. Usually it goes up. It bounces over here. So this is the moment of truth. If this thing crosses and go above, oh, we're going to see fireworks. If it does not, it gets spanked again, and then we just continue in this thing. But what I see here that's bullish is the descending line from the top has been broken and found that support because he broke out of here. Retest, support, ready to go. The second one from the little top here, which is also important, has been broken using a support. Moment of truth here 2 hours ago. Almost got spanked, but broke out of it, which is really good. And the reason why that matters is because when the angle of the slope is less violent, that means it's easy for the price to go higher because it's pushing the support line, and then it's going to try to retake this support line here and then retake this guy over here, and then this is blue sky zone over here. Now, here's the $1 million question. How fast can you move? You got 50 minutes to cross this guy, and then you got 1 more hour because after that, it's over, people, which means, again, as much as I want to give opium, I got to warn you guys, there's a probability that sacrifice just end. Maybe you're lucky you get 13 cents, and then it just ends there. And then we get the pump, but it doesn't matter because sacrifice ends. Make sense? Which means, because we got to gloat a little bit, which means those who sacrifice here, you paid. You don't have to worry about nothing. So now, hey, Maddie, there's an hour left. Maybe we see a massive candle all the way here. And then, Braze, this is when we use the yield bag. I need this candle. I need to see this. But reverse.
So
Magic
Karim,
carpet.
I'm gonna switch the share screen here so I can see the liquidity and share that with people, because I have another wild prediction. So here, this is on Hex.Vision, which does the pulling of data from the Elastic Kibana.
Yep.
And what we're seeing is, so this is the Uniswap V2 liquidity over time. And is this showing, so it's saying that the Ethereum liquidity is only 518 ETH? Is that correct?
Correct.
So literally the amount of DAI in the sacrifice address could pump the price basically to infinity. The amount of ETH in there could pump it to infinity. I mean, literally to infinity.
I'm looking at it right now.
The amount,
536.
there's so many coins that are in the wallet, right? Because there's 1,500 ETH. There's millions, 34 million in DAI. And then what about USDC that isn't showing up? That's probably like,
oh, USDC is in the 200, almost 200 mil.
200 million. So my question is, how does the OA or whoever is the address, here's the sacrifice address. What, are they going to withdraw that to their Chase Manhattan bank account? No, they're not. No, they got to use it for something.
Yeah, but Maddie, remember, here's the problem. The problem is it's a game against time. The pump will definitely come, okay? Like, I'm at this point where I almost want to say it's certain. That's how confident I am. I'm 99.999%. The $1 million question is, does it come before sacrifice and or not? This is the game that we're playing right now. We're in the game for the NBA final. I call it the Hex NBA final. We're game 4 right now. This is the win or take all. And always playing the good game is basically saying, you want to be a validator, this is the entry fee. You need this many points. Come get it. I'm not going to dump on you. Push the price up. Come get it. But it's not going to be free. That's it. Come get your ticket.
I think the next big pumps are going to be on fundamentals and news.
Exactly.
I think we're just going to go sideways until eventually Richard says testnet. Might be a pump,
Right.
or it might not affect the price.
Oh,
and then
that
as soon
reminds
bearing
as
in mind
Richard
that
says the words, as soon as Richard says fork or snapshot date, to the moon, that's when you want to see 20 cents. Like when Richard says snapshot date is 3 weeks, that's it. Game on. Like Hex is going to go.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to say the thing. The date.
So,
you just say approximate. That's over. People are going to already speculate.
That's my prediction. That's the signal.
He could also go live tonight and say, surprise.
Oh, he will.
Pulse is
He
ready.
just tweeted the link. He just tweeted the
link.
Of course.
He could say it's going to be 3 months, which
was that, Wales?
is a possibility, and that would shake out weak hands, and it would, it would allow the pump to happen later on when the snapshot is announced, or it could all happen tonight. Let's wait and see. We got 502 people watching.
Let me warn all the viewers right now. Very important.
Wales said, oh, sorry. Carry on. It's all right. I just heard Wales say something about adjusting a link or something.
Yeah, he just sent the link out for YouTube
Richard,
link.
He's live.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So my parting words of wisdom before we go watch Richard, for everybody watching. Again, stop fucking playing checkers. Play chess. Don't be stupid. Share rate is not waiting for you. Get your shit together. Get your copy now before the wells really start to pump. Because guess what? Let's say they pump the price and it's 20 cents or 25 cents. Guess what? If you're out there with whatever little money you have, it's going to start becoming very, very expensive, very, very fast. And then you're going to be trapped and to try to climb the ladder of positioning, or you want to go from whatever class to the next side, it's going to be tougher and tougher and tougher. Nowhere the magic carpet ride is coming. You don't need to worry about when exactly. Just know it's coming. Stop trying to pick up pennies in front of freight trains. Get in fucking position. Because when you get left behind, don't come crying later. So make sure you are prepared, because that is going to happen violently. We're sitting here discussing whether or not it's going to happen in 2 hours or not, but nobody is denying that it's going to come. So don't be caught with your pants down because you're looking at the price is 12 cents. You don't understand that a week ago it was 18 cents, and you don't understand that's a 40% easy discount. Easy. So that is my words of wisdom here. And then obviously tomorrow we're going to have our stream. The dead cat is in play. It's already reverting. That's the signal. The whales went to chase the pump. They got the pump. They made extra money. They're rotating the money to USDC, and it's coming back fast. So you better be prepared.
And we have Gunter, the accountant /
What's up, Gunter?
joining us now,
up, guys?
who might be able to give some insight based on your Excel spreadsheet of the possible origin addresses.
Yeah, did you update the liability tab or not yet? I know you were busy, so.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I've been swamped all day today. I have not had any time for crypto.
No worries.
But yeah, even the small amount of time that I spent, like it was like not even an accurate analysis just because it's kind of rushed. But I did notice large sacrifices from the OA tab and also the liabilities tab.
Yep. I think the liability tab is a big deal because OA, we knew there was just OA, but that is going to make it more, deflationary because we were counting them as part of the, the 4.5% liquid estimation. And once we figure out how many of those liability decrease by, that's going to be huge. I think I'm looking at it at less than 2%. That's my prediction.
Wow.
That's going to be insane.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's some massive information to have come across.
Yeah. And I think the sacrifices from the liabilities tab, I think those are just regular users in the network. I don't think you could try to say, well, maybe that's also belonging to controlling entity, but I don't even think you need to make that argument. I think that's a stretch.
Either way, it's a liability that we don't need to worry about. That's why it's so great because we knew the OA coins never mattered that much because we know they're not going to move. So it's whether they went from wallet A to wallet B, it's the same thing. It's the decreasing liability, which is huge because some of those sacrifice coins were also stakes. Some of them were pre-big payday, so they came in with their bonus, so they had that
Some are
factor.
still staked. Yeah.
And it's amazing because people still don't realize that's more coins that's just going to sit there liquid. Quick math. I explained that last week. That is the jet fuel for your daily payout because they're going to sit there. They're not going to be staked. Even the hater can hate on this. This is coin that's going to sit and sacrifice. Like, what is it now? 20 billion hex? Some stupid number like that. This is billions of hex that's just going to sit there. That is our payout. Every
That's
time
insane.
it gets inflated by 3.6 times, we get paid.
This just ups the ante on this whole situation even more because we keep stumbling across information that makes Hex even more rare, even more valuable. But we've also got this amazing, crazy launch of Pulse all happening at the same time, and everybody's got to make their decision here of like how are you going to position yourself, where are you going to have higher proportions in your distribution of tokens. So it's to me this just keeps making the decision making process even harder because now there's even less Hex in the system. That's crazy.
It's insane. And just look at the wallet before we go, Maddie. Can you refresh again, please, and just tell us from this screenshot how many Hex are in that wallet? Because I want people to understand that is your future daily payout. People understand where is the inflation coming from? Where is that money? And like I've been telling you, the money is rotating. Look, $4 million in ETH. What do you think is going to happen when the debt balance is done? That ETH is going to disappear. It's going to disappear from the wallet. It's going to show up in USDC somewhere. Because that's the jet fuel. It's coming. Some of it probably is going to come from the Hex ETH pair and just at any time 4,000. What is it? 1,500 ETH. I mean, that's a market buy. We go back 30%. Like it's a joke. So just get ready and understand what it is. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for the kind words.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all gonna go watch Richard.
And I've been hitting the refresh on Richard's stream. He's not live yet, but he will be going live soon, which we're all super excited about. And go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button here, and subscribe to David Feeder's channel and WhalesOnly. Do you guys want to plug your stuff?
You just did. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
David Feeder everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, Wales only on that too.
Wow,
Good.
look at this. 113 billion hex. Savage.
Oh
And
man.
can
Wow.
you click on the square that's right? That's to the right of the 103.
This?
Yeah. And then scroll down and look at all the tokens because you can't actually see them all.
Yeah, you can't see the USDC, but it's definitely there. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I thought the USDC had moved and I thought Tether had moved, but it hasn't. It's all sitting right there.
Wow. 146 million.
Yep.
That is the
Maddie-
prettiest Ethereum wallet on the whole chain. That's the best
Yep.
looking wallet ever.
And Maddie, if you scroll to the right a little bit, it tells you the value in Ethereum so people can kind of see. Boom. Yeah,
Okay.
look at this. This is how many ETH it is. See?
Wow.
Savage. The hex value is like 5 million ETH.
Where did Eve go?
5 million ETH. This is 5 million ETH.
Where did Eve go?
Where did Eve go?
Richard's live. Here, I'm gonna add
Where did the
this
sacrifice
so people
go?
can see it.
Shit.
The master is on.
Man is coming. And hex swap is coming. Get ready.
It's time for the disciples to circle around and watch the show.
Yep, man, started.
Oh, we're gonna be playing that meme
All right.
song. The song with the jet gun out is one of my favorite. Right, Wells, and then we'll see the people come
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. That is
And
the
then you
best.
see
They
them.
they going in too.
Thought of
Oh, he's live.
coming into
He's live. Yep.
Look at him.
Imagine you were there when Ethereum was coming to life. That kind of moment is happening here now.
Hit the likes, people.
Are you going to keep this rolling and watch this?
So if you're watching,
Sure.
sorry for being exhausted. I don't remember the last time I've slept.
Respect.
The time-sensitive thing isn't me talking to you. The time-sensitive thing is pulsechain.com. So I would suggest you go there and then watch me after. Otherwise, if you watch me first, you might run out of time.
I'm all out of
You
money.
guys that have already handled your business, and you know what's going on. So far, the reports I've got from the Sens Foundation are that they've received $27.5 million into their bank, which is a 10x increase over the most common amount of money they get in a year.
Amazing.
So that puts them 10 years ahead of the game, more or less. Hopefully they can save our lives. If they can't save our lives, maybe they'll save our kids. If they can't save our kids, maybe they'll save our pets. And if they can't save any of those things, somewhere down the road, this good science and technology will benefit someone related to you.
Amen.
The sacrifice phase is going good. Seeing a lot of things going in there. I'll probably look it up while I'm on the stream here because the numbers are big and cool. What else?
His face is
As far as
classic.
testnet goes, still fighting it. You know, it takes multiple weeks to synchronize an Ethereum archive node using Geth, which is what everybody uses. And they pushed a bunch of patches through for this upcoming fork, which is coming in about 2 days, called the London fork, which introduces something called EIP 1559, which some people feel is contentious because it reduces the miners' payouts. Sometimes when you do that to miners, they get angry and they fork you. So, you know, they're trying to include protections in there to fight back in case the miners do something. So it's work to get those last minute kind of hacks that they put in there into the testnet. If the fighting is too hard, massaging it, then I'm just going to suggest we don't go all the way back with an archive node, that we choose a snapshot more recent in history, like 2 years instead of 5 or 6. And then that should function pretty well for testnet, and then you can iterate and have a second testnet. On mainnet Ethereum, you've got Rinkeby, Robston, multiple testnets. Works fine. They're for testing. So, full speed ahead. We've got a
Price
ton
is
of numbers done already.
We going?
on the
A little bit.
sacrifice
Little
numbers.
tingle.
So
2%.
people have been working on price feeds and matching them up and doing it across all the different chains. So that's nice. I don't think we're going to have any.
All right, guys.
delays
I'm gonna
on
watch
that
the
front.
master in private. I'll catch you guys later.
Peace, bro.
Thanks for
Go
coming
look at
on,
the
David.
Ethereum and
See ya.
Yeah, man.
Bitcoin
Thanks.
price
See you soon.
for you guys
See you
that
there.
aren't already over at pulsechain.com right now. Bitcoin's at 38.9, reached as high as 42.6. I think this is a bull trap. I think
Bang,
this
bang.
is just a late laggy. The market was so weak you couldn't get a good bull trap early because you didn't have enough volatility upwards. It was just being smothered by the discount and grayscale trust. So now we're getting a little bit of a bounce later, but that's weaker. That's not stronger. Stronger would have been a bounce earlier. So I don't believe in this rally at all. I think this will fail. Best case 50, 51. Worst case right here, and then make new local lows at 28.8, and then flop around and eventually hit 10K within the next year. It's my guess. Ethereum, I think, is going to show strength into, well, I don't know. If the thing is, if you try and play the IP 1559 card,
Mm-hmm.
that already may be priced in. And
Yep.
if Bitcoin starts dumping, Ethereum isn't going to have the strength to hold up, or it would have already shown that strength. You know, Bitcoin dropped 55% from its all-time high, and Ethereum dropped 65%. Where was the strength? It doesn't have it. Maybe one day it will.
Heart's Lie.
2021, it doesn't. So combine that. So when you have a potential bull trap combined with negative a discount on the Grayscale Trust coins, you can go buy them cheap from Grayscale instead of buying the real ones on the market.
Yep.
And you have a buy the rumor, sell the news event where people bought up the price. I mean, in the last, Ethereum went up. Can barely see. Ethereum went up 33%. No, more. Dude, come on. I'm so tired. I can't use the mouse. It's rough. Ethereum went up 45% from, oh, that's Bitcoin. Oh boy, am I tired, homies. Maybe I'll take some questions from chat. Well, not. I'm going to finish my point here, no matter how tired I am. I think you have a perfect storm for bull trap, and I think you have a perfect storm for Ethereum getting wrecked a little bit harder because people bought the rumor and plan to sell the news on the EIP 1559. And God forbid there's any type of contention with the fork where the miners don't like getting paid less, so they fight back. You might get
Game
extra
theory.
dip. And to tell you the truth, if you look at the charts, Bitcoin's even showing relative strength versus ETH. So it's making, so Ethereum, because of this little pump for the fork, I think, it's showing relative strength against the Bitcoin pair. So, you know, it broke out of its like triangle to the upside. But going up versus Bitcoin doesn't matter when Bitcoin could go down versus the dollar in excess of how much you gained against it. So in the end, the only trading pair that really matters is the one that can pay your rent. So
Facts.
the US dollar real price is the price chart that matters. And I have to tell you, one, if you trade, you're going to lose all your money. If you trade with margin, you're going to lose it faster. But two, if you're trading altcoin pairs, altcoin versus altcoin, it's very silly. Very, very silly. You could have bought Bitcoin at $1 and wrote it up 65,000x to 65,000. But if you traded an alt pair, like the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, let me tell you how pitiful. Let me tell you how pitiful that pair has been. So, Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin by 3x. But Bitcoin has outperformed the dollar from the COVID dip by 27x, 9 times better. So for the same amount of money, you could have made 9 times more buying the BTC USD pair instead of the ETH BTC pair. So I truly do not understand why people don't enjoy the free extra leverage and free extra profit of choosing the faster horse that runs farther over the dumb alt pair that is never going to do 1000x ever. You're not, Ethereum's not going to go up 1000x versus Bitcoin, no matter what, no matter how bad Bitcoin is, no matter how good Ethereum is, it's not going to go up 1000x versus it. Never. But versus dollar pairs, you can go up 1000x. So people that trade alt pairs, I don't know what you're doing out there. Brainless. No. So when I was saying showing relative strength, here's the funny thing. I mean, I hope you guys appreciate this stuff that I'm teaching you, because there's no one else that is going to teach you this stuff. It's just me. The most horrible thing that could happen to a trader is a broadening horn. So here's what happens. If you're, and I'm going to reverse this so you guys at home can see this. A broadening horn means that you break the local low. Everyone has their stops just below that bottom of that candle, because they figure if it can't hold that as support, well, it's going to dump farther, which the market hasn't been doing. What the market's been doing for the last couple months is to break the local low, capture the bid or capture the liquidity of the sellers at the bottom there, and then take it back up past the local high, liquidate all the shorts up there, force them to sell, and then go back down again and do the same thing over again. And you're basically clearing everybody's stops on both sides of the range. And in this horn, the longs are getting liquidated at local lows, new local lows. The shorts are getting liquidated at local highs. And it's a market maker's dream, because it's trading in a range. Everybody's getting liquidated. You're getting extra volume for free, and something that's otherwise just kind of ranging between 30 and 40 for 3.5 months now. Now, is that bullish? No, it's not bullish at all. Going up in a parabola is bullish. Falling out of the parabola and being down 50% still. Guys, we're still 50% off of the all-time high, aren't we? What's 65 divided by 2? Well, okay, not half. We're down today 41%. So we're still lower than the biggest dip we ever got in 2015, 2016, 2017. There was no dips over 40%. We're still sitting in a dip lower than 40% now, after we've waited for 112 days. It's 4 months.
Damn.
So if you had to wait 4 months for Bitcoin to get back up, I don't think it's getting back up. I think we do our 85% dump like we do every 3 years or 4 years. Let people sell the bottom. Let Michael Saylor see how he feels about those big loans that he got. Let Elon Musk think about what it's like to buy the top. These guys talk trash about Bitcoin while I supported it. These guys demonized Bitcoin while I had a huge collection of it. Then the price runs up and runs up and runs up. They barely understand the technology. Truthfully, like Elon was surprised. Oh my God, this uses electricity? Is that possible? Yeah, Elon, it uses electricity. You didn't know that? I'm going to check the audio for a laugh. Pretty sure it's on, but just in case. Just in case, guys. By the way, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and all that stuff. I gotta click my own stream to hear myself here. Yep, I'm there. Cool.
I saw a thumbnail saying Saylor had changed his mind
Michael
on this.
Saylor bought the top. Elon Musk bought the top, and they don't understand the technology. And they got in. I got in 2011. Elon Musk got in 2021. I've been in Bitcoin 10 years longer than Elon Musk. No, is that math right? Maybe 9.5 years, something like that. Well, where was he the whole time? You know, doesn't make any sense. So these guys that are really smart at other things, other businesses, they don't know much about crypto. I mean, you got Elon Musk on television promoting a fork of Litecoin, which is a fork of Bitcoin, with no development whatsoever. None. Called Dogecoin.
Yep, that's
I
kind of
think maybe $750,000 of Dogecoin has been sacrificed so far. At pulse.info. Why would a technologist promote poor technology? Why would a technologist promote something that doesn't have development behind it? Why would a technologist promote a copy of a copy that's worse than the copy? It's not progress.
Damn.
You see, you can improve things. So you could say the Corvette is like a knockoff of the Ferrari because it's mid-engined now. But I guarantee you that mid-engined Corvette now will annihilate any of the Corvettes that came before it for the price point because it's progress. So to promote a fake copy of a fake copy with no improvement whatsoever and then watch people lose their life savings over it, I find that to be immoral and disgusting.
That's crazy.
Now Elon Musk is trying to do good things for the world. He makes the world's quickest, safest car.
Similar
I
interest,
appreciate
the
that.
moon.
He's trying to get us, onto electricity off of polluting the environment. I appreciate that. I don't really care about the multiplanetary species thing because I'll be a rotting dead piece of meat before that comes into play. I'd rather work on the meat stuff so that we could be around together to solve the space problem instead of just dying and being like, hope it works out. Why don't we, survive a little longer and then we could fix more problems. So some of the stuff that Elon does is terrible. He bought Bitcoin secretly, then said he was going to accept it for Teslas, said he wouldn't sell the coins.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
But then it was a trick. He wouldn't sell the coins he received for cars, but he would sell the coins that he bought because he was testing the liquidity.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah? Is that what it's called when you dump? You're testing the liquidity? That's a good one, man. And so what does he do after he tests the liquidity? Dumps. He then decides to
He does
stop
have a
accepting
board.
it and talk trash publicly about it, saying, I didn't know it used electricity. I can't support this.
Point.
Bro, you pumped it and you dumped it, and it's disgusting.
Hex clip. I hope you're watching.
Elon Musk, a genius, bought it secretly, pumped it, dumped it, and then trash talked it. Bro, what is wrong with you, man?
Mine's
You're the
drunk.
richest guy in the world. You don't need to steal retail's money, man. Why? And then he says half-hearted garbage, oh, we're going to do development on it. Man, I just integrated it. I'm actually bringing adoption to that silly coin. You can actually use it for something. You can sacrifice it for free speech. Well, let me tell you, it wasn't easy to do because there's no development ecosystem there. I had to pay my developers to figure everything out. It's a joke. And then, by the way, that was for the majority of chains. The majority of chains that are supported for sacrifice are trash ecosystems. Totally trash. And I tell you, actually, I discovered some bad news tonight. If you want to hear some bad news.
Drop it.
The founder of Monero, Fluffy
Oh,
Pony,
yeah.
Riccardo Spagnini, he was arrested. I think he was traveling to Mexico or laying over in the States or something. And they arrested him and are holding him for extradition to South Africa, where he is being charged with some tax offenses. From what I read on a crypto news site, which who knows, those are usually very not good. So there may be huge errors with this news because crypto news sites, they're not very good. Apparently there was some doctoring of import documents or something or another. And so they made sure to mention that it didn't have anything to do with crypto. So that was nice, at least to mention that. It's interesting to me that so many people in crypto end up in trouble. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
BitMEX founders went to jail. KX founders went to jail, but they got out. They just were locked up for a month and a half or something like that. Nobody could do withdrawals. That's funny. And KuCoin got hacked. Binance got hacked. Binance is getting cracked on everywhere, and I know people that can't withdraw their money from it for a year. Can't get their money out. You send selfies, you send hostage videos. Please let me get my money. They don't give it. They don't care. It's insane. It's totally insane. And then where are you going to sue them? Every country that tries to sue them, they say, "Oh, we don't have an office here." So which one of their pretend offices are you going to sue? It's very irritating. This is why I like things that don't have counterparty risk. You hold your keys. You hold your coins. You trade trustlessly on the internet. No begging. No pleading. You mint your own rewards. That's what I got into cryptocurrency for.
Yep.
Freedom, not control. Begging other people for stuff is disgusting. I don't like it. That's not why I'm in crypto. So, I don't know. It's weird. Now, the BitMEX guys, at least, you know, when the government came down on them, I think they did something honorable and let people withdraw their money quicker than normal. Because I guarantee you, the government came down on some other people in that industry, they'd lock that money up and use it as a bargaining chip, I bet. So I think that was a classy move by those guys. Now here's the weird thing, right? You got classy moves by people that are causing great harm. So let's take FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried, multi-billionaire. How's he spending his time? Getting kids to gamble. What? Hold on, Richard. Wait a second.
Boom.
You did not just say that funds the Democratic Party for millions of dollars, Jewish Sam Bankman-Fried is actually enslaving kids to gambling? You didn't say that, because that would be silly. Right?
Said it.
And he did just give 50 grand to the Sens Foundation, which I just raised 27 million for. Vitalik gave 4 million to, plus 50 grand, plus 4 million in 2017. So Vitalik was the grand hero before I convinced people to do what they wanted to do anyway. So the real heroes are the people that gave the money, right?
Yep.
So the people that actually gave the 27.5 million so far, I consider those the real heroes. The fact that I was able to help them want to do that, I'm still going to take credit for it because I want to create more people that are jealous to compete in that area. So if I check nuts and I act hard and I'm like, yo, look at how much money I raised, where's the money you raised? If I can make it a competition, then maybe other people will do the right thing and fund medical research, because otherwise they won't.
Yep.
Whatever the medical research people have been doing for the last 10 years, it ain't working except for breast cancer. So we need to change the paradigm. And if I can use competition and masculinity to cause people to do things better for the world, then I'll do it. So Sam Bankman-Fried, why do I mention it? Now, by the way, do you think it's smart to talk trash about all the exchanges? It's probably not smart to do that. But you know what? I'm not in cryptocurrency to be a little girl and beg. I'm in cryptocurrency for freedom. And so I'm going to speak the truth. And if you don't like the truth, you're not going to like me.
Fuck yeah. Hit the likes,
So
people.
Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, where they bought advertisements? E-gaming. Various e-gaming things. All right. And who watches e-gaming? Kids. And when they're old enough, what are they going to do? Margin trade. And how's that going to affect their life? It's going to be the worst thing that ever happened to them. So if you thought your risk of dying of suicide was really high in your 20s, because I think it's actually the most likely thing to kill you in your 20s is yourself, wait till you throw margin trading in the mix. See how that goes. Now, to tell you how bad margin trading is, so I don't like things that are bad for people. So I built Hex. Hex is about delaying gratification. Do you want to know how well delaying gratification worked with Bitcoin, which went up 6.5 million X? Do you want to know how well delaying gratification worked with Ethereum that went up 14,000 X? Do you want to know how well delaying gratification worked with Hex, which went up 3,866 X in a year and a half? Delaying gratification is the key to all progress in personal development, choosing the thing that is better in the future instead of the thing that is easier now. It's choosing the right thing instead of the easy thing. Now, are there exceptions to this? Yes. If you buy a scam and you wait, you still bought a scam and it just goes to zero and stays at zero. So delayed gratification works with things that have product market fit, a walled garden, good metrics, virality, cult-like following. There's all these parameters that venture capitalists look for to see what could make $1 billion. A lifestyle business is a smaller business that will support you just doing whatever you want. But that's where it caps. If you want to make billions of dollars, you have to have something which can scale to millions of users. Now here's what's funny. Look at what Hex has done with only 45,000 stakers.
Yep.
No big exchange listings.
Yeah.
No front page on CoinMarketCap, even though it should be, along with other
Facts.
things as well.
Take
Hex
this
is not the only project that is unfairly put on page 3. There are other projects there that are legit and should be on the front page. This is pre-virality. Just people are starting to say nice things about Hex because they figured out, wait a second, Hex isn't a scam. Hex is better than everything else that I thought was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. And I've been screaming and yelling for years trying to explain it. But for some people, only the passage of time will convince them. That's fine. We have thousands and thousands of people in Hex. Hexicans. I'm a Hexican for life. We have thousands of other Hexicans for life that have 15-year stakes in Hex. We are never going away.
Dream
You can't
account,
stop
baby.
the code. You can't stop the trading. We're never going away. Never. This is something you see in other communities. Bitcoin, for instance. As soon as someone sells all their Bitcoin, they stop saying nice things about Bitcoin.
That's true.
Check Elon Musk. But if you got 15-year stakes and they've appreciated quite a bit, you think twice about destroying your own value of your investment by speaking ill of it. It's aligning incentives. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Hex impresses me constantly. Have you seen how much money was sacrificed for free speech at pulsechain.com, pulse.info? Lots. It's billions now. But yesterday, it was 800 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. And not only is that a lot of money, but getting $27.5 million cash into the hands of people who just want to save your life is so beautiful and so perfect. Truly amazing. Now I want to call out some posers who pretend to support longevity research, but in fact, to the best of my detection, do not. So there's a guy named Balaji, and Balaji used to work on a very, very silly startup where they tried to put Bitcoin mining in cell phones. Silliest idea anyone's ever heard of. Then that failed, and they pivoted it into, we'll give you money to learn about crypto, which became the Coinbase Earn program. Also very silly. Basically just going to fill up with a bunch of bounty hunters from the third world. Congrats! They don't have any money to FOMO, so I'm glad you on-ramped all those guys. I'm glad you paid them all. You're going to lose money on all that. And then, basically, the rumor is that for some weird reason, Coinbase just bought out their terrible failing company just because they were all sponsored by like A16Z, which is a VC venture capital accelerator. No one thinks that was a good acquisition. It was terrible, and Balaji doesn't even work there anymore. So what Balaji has in his profile, let's go look it up real quick. Twitter.com. Balaji S. He's got 424,000 followers. Now let me read to you his little tagline here. Immutable money, infinite frontier, eternal life. Okay. I like that eternal life part. You got to have balls to put that in there. Most people won't give you respect for that. I give you respect for that. But I've direct messaged him. I was speaking to his ex-assistant. I've talked to this guy before. And even though I raised $27 million to try and save his life and support one of the only 3 things, I guess he has Bitcoin there too, 4 things in his profile, it's like he don't hear me. Guys, I wrote books to promote longevity technology. I met and worked with Aubrey before any of you in 2006. I got the videos of me on stage running everything. Stop pretending. You had the opportunity to say something about the pulse chain airdrop, which would have rewarded people for funding the technology that could have saved your life. But instead, you made stupid tweets about whatever. How often do you think this opportunity is going to pop up, man? It's a big deal. Vitalik, a billionaire, only came up with 8 million over 8 years, 5 years, maybe 6. What are you waiting for, man? So Balaji, you done screwed up, homie. Now, if you're listening, go get your rich booty and go get in your wallet and go to sends.org and start donating, man. Now, save your life. What, are you going to die with the money? You're going to die with the money like Steve Jobs did? You got to spend the money, man. It takes 20 years to develop this stuff. Do you want to start spending now so it's ready in 20 years when you need it? Or do you want to rot and die with a whimper?
Preach.
Die like a man. Fight. Stand up. Try. With this whimper crap, there's a bunch of smart people that get some followers on Twitter and they waste all their time. Eric Weinstein, I'm looking at you, Mr. Intellectual Dark Web.
You might have mentioned that name last time this happened.
Just refresh.
Holy cow, we getting shadow banned? Hey,
Now
is this
we
real
know-
life?
Refresh.
Now we know which name triggered the algorithm.
Just refresh, guys.
Whoo, that was getting spicy. Holy cow. Is it just me? Or is the stream
I
frozen?
hit the
I'm
Is it
pretty
frozen?
sure he
Talk
mentioned...
too much, man.
Refresh.
You don't
Here we
do
go.
enough.
Oh, no, we're good.
This was getting
There's
so
a world
fucking
full of lies, and that would have been
Hold on.
totally 100% useless for everyone in the whole world
He's back for me.
had I not harnessed it
He's
into a book to educate people, into videos to educate people that is actionable. How is you talking about E8 theory of relativity in reality doing anything good? It's not.
Well,
You're
It is keeping me
navel
sane,
gazing.
Richard. But I'll
and not
give you the
Naval
point.
Ravikant, who actually has some actionable things he says. You're talking crap that no one can understand, that no one can benefit their life from because it makes you seem smart. And look, man, I like to use big words sometimes to look smart, but at some point you have to use the words people understand to make a difference in the world. Now, how many times have I tagged Eric Weinstein? Enough. Hi, I'm Richard Hart. I'm the guy that called the Bitcoin top
me
in
too, bro.
2017. I called the Bitcoin top at 65K on the day. I told you that last cycle, Ethereum topped 27 days after Bitcoin did. And guess what? Exactly 27 days after Bitcoin topped, Ethereum topped. I'm the guy that founded a $100 billion cryptocurrency. I'm the guy that raised $27 million for charity. I'm the guy that's wrote multiple self-help books who have helped people for years. It's not just like they just appeared. I have people telling me that I've helped their lives greatly, constantly. Why is it when I tag you guys, you pretend I'm not tagging you? You realize you're not better than me, right? Like, I think I'm measurably better than you. Respond to the tags. I'm trying to save your stupid lives. Seriously. Let me tell you, if a billionaire tags me, even if I don't like him, I'm going to respond because we might have some synergy on something.
Ooh, Richard Hart, let's go.
There's a lot of education that has to be going on out there. Now, this whole conversation started off with talking about getting kids addicted to gaming and sponsoring esports. And so what else does he do? Oh, he's got an advertisement on a basketball stadium. Okay. So now he's going to get sport fans addicted to margin trading. Now he gives away 1% of the profit of his company. So that's like a drug dealer coming to your town and getting all the kids addicted to drugs and then buying them all Cokes after and saying, hey, I'm the free Coke guy. You like Coca-Cola? It'll help rinse down the crack. You can't cancel out 8 units of harm with 0.05 units of good. It doesn't work. And so there are people in the cryptocurrency industry that are victimizing
Holy
everyone in
shit,
it
This is too fucking good.
and
This
pretending
is
like
too
they're
fucking
honorable
good.
and
Hex clip, you
pretending
better be
like
paying
they're good.
attention. There's too much James in it.
It disgusts me. Someone's going to call me out because I don't need these people.
This guy.
They can fill out government paperwork to get regulatory arbitrage. I can fill out government paperwork to get regulatory arbitrage. Can't get a cleaner record than I've got. So what do you want? You got more money than me? I don't know about that. Right? You got more drive? Definitely not. So I used to have 150 employees. I think I may return back to that lifestyle of just scale. Lower margin, but scale.
Nice.
And you know what?
Let's fucking go. Let's
Maybe
fucking
3 out of 10
Shit.
things don't work, maybe. But the things that do work, boy, are they going to be beautiful. Because I see improvement everywhere I look. I see improvement everywhere I look.
Oh yeah.
MetaMask, we use it, but it sure could be better. Geth, Ethereum, yeah, we're using it, but man, we see a lot of things we can fix. Everything in crypto pretty much sucks. Pretty much. The only thing I know of that actually has good uptime is Hex. The only thing I know of that like used to have no admin keys is Hex and the original Uniswap. And they just started duct taping garbage onto it. They're like, oh, well, this is, trustless, uncensorable. Let's duct tape on an admin key that can turn on attacks. Ha ha ha. And let's have it managed by a DAO. And here's what their DAO does. They had...
Bang, bang.
So if you want to have bad results in life, go ahead and let silly people vote on things. And then you get the emergent consensus of the mob.
Yeah.
Not smart. So we figured out that what you do so that doctors don't kill everybody and electricians don't burn all the houses down is that you require licensing so that only people that are qualified do certain things. Now they've taken this too far. You actually need a license to cut hair. Some places you need a special license to hand out food, takeout style. What?
Okay, so Eric Weinstein and takeout food. Man, that all go.
Lots of fast food places advertising on YouTube, I guess.
Karim, you're muted if you didn't know.
Just F5, guys.
Let me
F5.
see if I can.
You need a license
connect
to
my
put
phone.
this on a bag? Crazy. I think that if you want to have superior performance in any endeavor, qualified people need to make the decisions. Wow. Seems like a conflict of interest to me. And what did they do with the endowment they gave themselves? They murdered the price. And how did everyone feel about that? They didn't feel so good. Why is everyone typing F in my chat? What's going on here? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let me go check my my like analytics. See if we're dropping a bunch of frames or something. I mean, look, even if we chop a little bit, maybe it fixes on the replay. Yeah, looks good on my end, guys. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm not showing anything out of the
It's
ordinary.
better now.
Looks perfectly clean on my side. So, it should be fine, guys.
It's all about the timing.
Stream keeps lagging. Well, let me see if I can work on it. I'll drop the bit rate for luck. Let me try dropping the bit rate here, guys. Maybe this helps. And then let me check one other thing. Everyone says it's fine now. Well, I'll fight it for a minute or two, all right? Give me 1 second.
Is he sacrificing right
Where's
now?
that node?
Sneaky.
The watch
You're
has stopped.
rising, yep.
I'm gonna hope that it just works. All right. I reduced my bit rate a bit. So
Much
back to telling truth to people. Where were we? Calling people out. I've been living the best life I can live for years and years and years. I'm the giving tree of crypto. Free books, free videos, no ads turned on,
fucking true.
free chat rooms, 35,000 plus in t.me/pulsechain.com, 25,000 plus in t.me/hex crypto. Free coins out the yin yang. My community was exposed to things first because we found them and made millions and millions and millions of dollars off those free things. In addition to the millions and millions of dollars of free hex people got. What am I supposed to do? Free self-help videos, free self-help books, free coins. One of the coins I developed went up 400,000% in a year and a half before staking. With staking, 600, 800,000%. What can I do to be a better person? I'm really working it. I'm really working it. And yet I magically find myself in a world where people think they're not only my equal, but better than me. You're like, wow. People come up and they'll be like, Richard, you're a scam, and the things you design are scams. I'm like, oh, are they? Well, that's funny, because I spend my time trying to get people to not get scammed, and I think I help more people not get scammed than you do. Are you calling out fake Satoshi in person? Exactly. I did. Are you telling people about the risks of counterparty risk and picking up pennies in front of freight trains, giving your keys to somebody else? Are you talking about the $8 billion at risk in Matic with an admin key that could freeze those funds forever? No, I'm the one talking about that. I'm the one making the world a better place. Are you saying nice things about the SEC that tries to help people not get scammed, but is underfunded? No, most people don't say nice things about them. I respect the work they try and do. It's just very hard to do. You know, some guy in India decides to run a rug pull exit scam on somebody. What are you going to do? Hop in your private jet and go fly over to India and hope to serve a subpoena of some sort? It's just it's not tenable. So they don't have the interjurisdictional tools to stop most of these scams. I mean, the number of scams that I've seen, I keep a list of them. I keep a list of failures and scams. I didn't add Fluffy Pony's arrest on there because it wasn't related to cryptocurrency. And I don't even know if it's legit. He may be innocent. I didn't read up into it. Innocent until proven guilty is a nice thing to believe if you're an American. It's probably a nice thing to believe if you're in anything, any nation. We just enshrined it into the jurisprudence there. So I live in a world where everything could be better, and we have great opportunity in front of us. Everyone doing everything wrong, and everyone gatekeeping, and everyone thinking they're better than you, it just drives you to excellence. It just drives you to greatness. And so where would I rather Hexagons spend their time? Someplace that loves them and treats them well, or someplace that thinks they're better than them when they're not? I love Hexagons. I'm a Hexagon, and I don't think we're ever going to go away, ever. Never.
Facts. Preach.
So with Hex, we have the best store of value in the world. It will be able to run in what I hope will be the best network in the world. I know a lot of ways to improve it. So we got hex.com, we got pulsechain.com, and I applied for exchange license. Hopefully it gets approved. We'll see. And then there's only a few components left. If you've got value storage, if you got the network, if you've got the fiat on ramps and off ramps, only thing missing, wallet, and I guess bridges to other networks until you have enough of the fiat on ramps. And that's it. I guess, I mean, for Pulse, you do need a couple front ends. You need a Uniswap front end and a Hex front end. But those aren't that hard. Those are not that hard. If your front end can easily talk to the Ethereum network on this IP, it can easily talk to a virtually identical copy with a bunch of improvements on this IP. So the front end isn't that hard. Yeah, so we do not need anyone's help, and anyone that gets in our way, we will just build around them. because that's what decentralized systems do.
Boom.
China banned Bitcoin mining. Did Bitcoin go down? Nope. Blocks were slow for a week, but that's it. Didn't go down. No one lost any money. In this instance, it proved that Bitcoin is robust to losing the majority of its hash rate, because the majority of its hash rate was in China. So a truly decentralized system will route around failure. And by the way, if you want to talk about failure, oh boy. Dogecoin lists on Coinbase, only red candles. Dogecoin, I think, was as high as 77 cents. And then I think it listed at like 54 cents on Coinbase, and then dropped down to like 22 or something. And maybe it bounced to maybe 30, something like that. There's this funny thing where anything that lists on Coinbase just dumps. You can look at the charts. It's so bad that Brian Armstrong had to come out and say, hey, you know, we list everything we can. So don't think that because we list it, it's quality. And I've seen some of the things he's invested in.
Don't worry, we weren't thinking that.
Brian Armstrong invested in a coin that I won't name, that kind of invented
Whoa, what just happened? Holy shit.
rebasing. What is rebasing? Leverage trading. But no one understands that because I have to teach it to them. So what does a rebasing coin do? A rebasing coin makes you win more when the price goes up, and it makes you lose more when the price goes down. And what else has that behavior? Margin trading. When your collateral is the thing you're trading. So if you have Bitcoin and you use it to long Bitcoin, when the price goes up, you make money on your position and you make money on your collateral. And when the price goes down, you lose money on your position and you lose money on your collateral. And so making some type of fancy, stupid garbage white paper full of admin keys as well, where one guy can just change everything at will, you created a virtual margin product that gets people destroyed and amplifies volatility instead of reducing.
Yep.
See you, man.
Why'd you do that, man? Why'd you fund that crap?
Thanks for being there.
Why did the VCs in crypto only fund scams? Ooh, Balaji. Hey, forgot about you, homie. Hey, Balaji, aren't you the guy promoting that literal copyright violation scam software that used to send people's seed words back to their home server?
Damn.
Something clout. I'm not going to mention the name, but it has clout in it. I know what it is, but I don't want you guys to get scammed. A bunch of VCs came up with an idea to steal from people. They said, you know what? We can't get followers on our own. So we'll just steal other people's. We'll copy their tweets onto another platform, and then we'll duct tape a token to it, and then we'll get all of the money from all of their hard work. It's like going to a library and photocopying all the books and then selling them out front. Scumbags. Scumbags.
Richard is on fire.
Why would you do that? You're already rich. You don't have to be a scumbag. Why? How would you feel if someone took your tweets and photocopied them and then tried to give you a cut of the money they were making on your tweets? That's called theft, man. It ain't fair use.
Fucking
so, Balaji, stop being a scumbag. If you're going to put longevity in your name, actually support it, because I ain't seen you write no checks.
Mm-hmm.
Second, stop promoting intellectual property violations and human rights violations, basically. Like, I mean, and it also poorly coded as well. And this isn't the first dumb idea you've been involved in. Your cell phone mining was terribly stupid. Most of the stuff you tweet about, it's just like Eric Weinstein's crap. You're all over the place with no focus. No one can use the flippity floppity lap flipping that you're doing, man. Tighten it up and focus on something and get it done. I know you're smart. I know you're funded. I know you're capable. You know what you remind me of, Balaji? You know what you remind me of? When I had retired, I had 150 employees, doing 60 million a year in sales, sold it, retired, traveled the world. You know what I was going to do? I was going to make the world's smallest, most powerful computer case. I spent a lot of time on that. I still got prototype here at the house. What a god darn waste of my skills. You know how small the market is for that? You know how few people that's going to benefit? Everyone uses laptops and phones. The portable super duper desktop market, it doesn't exist. I just happen to like it because I lived in a hotel for so long. A terrible, giant waste of my resources. And I seen you do the exact same thing. You was trying to crowdfund money, not sure why, because I know you could have paid on your own, to build a bot that would allow you to harvest your followers out of Twitter around their walled garden so that when they censored you, you had a chance of contacting them again. By the way, I'm not sure you ever followed through and finished that. Not sure. Stupid waste of your time. Not even a lifestyle business. Couldn't even maintain a lifestyle with that waste of time. I'm out here trying to cure aging. That's a big deal. I'm out here trying to change man's relationship with government. I'm trying to change man's relationship with money. I'm trying to get people to delay gratification and stop drinking and stop gaming and stop gambling and live better, healthier, happier lives. Where's your self-help YouTube channel? I got mine. Where are your self-help books? I got mine. Where's your 35,000 person chat room? Here's another thing Balaji failed at. Ready? Here it comes. This dude's failed a lot. I think he had a success way back when in biotech, but ever since, fails. He tried to make a chat room. So Vitalik and Balaji tried to make a chat room called, what was it called? Nakamoto. That chat room lasted one day. They had to shut it down because they don't know how to run a chat room. I run 12 chat rooms. Balaji's chat room failed. My chat rooms are thriving. Get on my level, man. Learn from me, dude. Crazy. Somebody says, stay humble, Richard. Why? Why?
No.
Why?
Fuck no.
Why should I be humble, dude?
My mom said it's not.
I retired at 25. Why should I be
up.
humble? I have people constantly messaging me about how I changed their life, saved their family.
This is not the situation to be humble in.
Heartfelt messages. Why should I be humble? So I have less impact in the world?
Yeah, fuck that.
What? How about you be humble enough for both of us? And I keep doing me, because I'm winning. I don't know what you're doing. Why don't you enjoy watching my stream while I educate you some more? You're living my narrative. I'm not living yours. And by the way, I'm doing this with like no sleep after, who knows, I don't even know the last time I slept.
I love that line. Do the humbling for both of us.
What else? Yeah, I'm just laying into people because they don't matter. These people don't matter. The only claim they have to fame is they have a couple followers. Which, by the way, if you go and do some Twitter audits, I'm not really sure how many of their followers are real because you count the likes, you count
That's
the
legit,
retweets.
yep.
If I do a live stream, I'm talking to thousands of people. I know other people, they go on YouTube, they do a live stream. There's nobody watching, but they got a lot of followers. Weird. You want to know an example of that?
No.
No. What's the example, Richard?
Andreas Antonopoulos.
Oh, there we
I'm
go.
laying it to everybody tonight. Hey, Andreas Antonopoulos, you are punk. Now, Andreas Antonopoulos was broke. Found out about Bitcoin real early, but couldn't provide enough value in the world to save up enough to actually buy any and hold it. So he had to beg for money from people. And Roger Ver mentioned this to him, was like, man, you're broke. I build stuff all the time. Roger was right. But this triggered some socialists in the Bitcoin community. And very rare does the Bitcoin community actually support a charity. Very rare. Libertarians in general, they ain't all about that charity stuff. So they gave good old Andreas a bunch of Bitcoin that he didn't earn. Well, he walked around and talked. I know a lot of people that walk around and talk. I know, hey, Snowden's walking around talking. I mean, he risked his life. I don't think Andreas risked his life, right? Go send it to the Electronic Frontier Foundation. They support the Tor browser. Go send it to Snowden. Go send it to the Sens Foundation. You can send it to a lot of places than Andreas. Guess what Andreas does? One, says bad things about hacks, but doesn't know anything about it. Isn't that crazy? I, at least, when I shit... that's the first curse word in a couple streams now, and I didn't even say to T. Might get away with that. Before I speak poorly of things, I at least take the 4 minutes to read what they are to know how to properly speak poorly of them. It's really easy. Oh, look, a copy-paste of proof of weekends from 2017. It's going to fail, just like it did before. Oh, look, a copy-paste of this other thing that failed. Oh, look, it's so easy. Oh, look, admin keys. Oh, look, it's margin trading, but you're calling it a stable coin. I see what things are very easily because I'm intelligent. Why wouldn't someone smart like Andreas spend the 5 minutes to see that Hex was actually a world-changing breakthrough, doing everything better than everything else? Why wouldn't he do that? Because he's a punk. He's not intellectually honest. He's also not about freedom. So in his little profile, let's go look at his little profile. Now all these punks have me blocked because I speak truth to them and they don't like truth. So let's go look at Mr. or Mrs. Antonopoulos. Antonop. Yeah, buddy. Where's your Twitter, buddy? There we go.
That's insane.
Hey, you took all the weird icons out of your Twitter name, dude. You used to have a peace flag, pride flag, a million different little SJW flags in there. You got rid of them. Nice. So he don't support a woman's right to work. If you go on his website and try and book him for something, there's a clause that he makes you sign that there will be no booth girls. Now, I know girls that need to make money. They use their looks to make money. If I had good looks, I would use my looks to make money. Why not? You just kind of stand there and get paid better. Sounds like a good deal. But that's not okay with Andreas. Andreas doesn't like people that look good making money. Maybe it's because he doesn't look good. I don't know. Maybe he's a player hater. Maybe he doesn't like other people having the freedom to hire and fire who they want and enter into the contractual agreements that they wish. So a man that says that he's for your financial freedom, but behind the scenes wants to control you and control a whole group of people that are participating in an event, I find that disgusting. So Andreas, if you're listening, I find your little punk booty disgusting. And I'm a better man than you ever were. And when you want to upgrade your life, you'll start acting more like me. Maybe if you held some of that Bitcoin that was donated to you, since you've never had a successful business, you could donate it to charity like the Sens Foundation, scns.org, and then you might even get some free coins that are better than anything else you've ever participated in.
Bang, bang.
You know why no one watches your streams, by the way, man? Because you just say the same stuff all the time. Bitcoin good, government sucks, there's some new ledger technology out there. Yeah, cool. Oh, you're going to write a book on Lightning. What a waste of time. Lightning's a failure, man. You're a technical guy. How do you not see it's a failure? Wasting your time. Dumb. I'm surrounded by dumb. Literally. People that are considered thought leaders in cryptocurrency are actually dumb.
Yep.
Man. Now look, Michael Saylor, he's made all of us a lot of money, okay? Michael Saylor has made all of us a lot of money because he got people to buy. I respect that. But the things this man tweets don't make any sense. And he's been convicted for fraud. I ain't never been convicted for fraud. But he has. Everybody loves this man. What? Like, what's going on here? Oh, because he bought a bunch. All right. So if a guy buys a bunch, it's all good. Okay. Crazy to me. Just crazy. What plan of mine? This is the guy that said Bitcoin was going to fail in 2013. Literally, he didn't even delete the tweet. Tweet's still there. He said Bitcoin is going to fail like online gaming did. He wrote that in 2013.
Down the wire.
Then, after the price goes up 10x.
No. That's a meme right
No,
now.
it's
The internet is not our friend today.
No, fuck it. YouTube, stop fucking. I'm gonna do the cursing now. No. Come on. Please.
It's crazy.
It's all right.
What plan of mine? This is
We're
the guy
back.
that said Bitcoin was going to fail in 2013. Literally, he didn't even delete the tweet. Tweet's still there. He said Bitcoin is going to fail like online gaming did. He wrote that in 2013. Just crazy. What plan of mine? This is the guy that said Bitcoin was going to fail in 2013. Literally, he didn't even delete the tweet. Tweet's still there. He said Bitcoin is going to fail like online gaming did. He wrote that in 2013. Then, after the price goes up 10x, he says, you know what? So, yeah.
Too many people in the live stream.
Why don't I type F? What's going on with this? I'm gonna look on my side. Everything's good on my side. All right, I'm gonna try and do something to attempt to fix this. Wish me luck. This is probably not gonna work. Oh, I know how to do it. All right, hold on a second.
Thanks for watching, everybody. There's
Holy shit.
225
Randy, we got
people
3,000
watching.
people.
Hit the like and subscribe buttons and drop a comment. thanks so much for being a part of history
I got a collection
in
of
this
pillows here now.
last 40 minutes.
It's better
Mm-hmm.
for posture, I tell you. Oh no, the Bitcoin bear.
Another.
The Bitcoin bear's down. He went to 3K. No. Bitcoin bear, come back. I don't want to lose the anthropomorphized Bitcoin bear here.
I need one.
Real memento.
Such a G. Fucking good. The
Now,
swag. That's the best meme ever.
I can't tell if another
Hello,
400
really
million
expensive, silly little bear.
has come in, or if the price of Hex went up.
Do
But
we,
either way, that's pretty cool.
Price of
I
Hex.
think
went
the
up.
price of Hex went up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's at
More
12
ETH.
You know, there's a good song to represent these spinners.
Fuck yeah. It's a Hex.
Something like there
yeah,
is
3-6 Mafia, baby.
Let's go.
Hey, Dollar Cost, good to see you. Thanks for joining
something
us.
like that. Hey, maybe I'm still online and I didn't accidentally unplug the wrong thing. Let's go look. It looks like I'm online. Yay! I'm still online. No! God, why? That costs so much money. It's good that they have these little guards, man.
Oh, wow.
Careful.
Here I am losing money on stream. No! You know what?
He just like dropped the value of someone's house just then.
Oh, for sure.
Look, Bitcoin Bear, this is your last chance, buddy. You don't get the
That cat.
program. I'll send you the gulag. Go to the gulag, do you? All right. I'm back. I need a good nap. Huh, man. I don't even remember what sleep feels like anymore. I was shaking for a good long while, but then the shake stopped. I don't know where I'm at now. Don't really know where I'm at now. Bitcoin Bear? Yeah. Best stream ever. Yeah, let's light them up, man. A bunch of poser punk losers out there, not even doing a quarter of what I'm doing in this world. Show respect. Show respect. And send your people to me so that I can save them, because you guys aren't doing it. Send your heroes here to die, and send your people here to thrive. Because I'm winning the game. I'm winning it. And I'm winning it with a big old team of people. We're a community. We're a family. We get stuff done together. I mean, I'm impressed with what the Hexagons build on the regular. I see cool stuff all the time. I love it. I mean, they're awesome. Awesome, awesome people. Best community I've been part of. All right. Let's go look at some prices and stuff, and then I'll look at the chat. How's our
30 minutes left.
bull
Two
trap
up,
going?
baby.
Oh, another 8 minutes
Dumping.
till the last 30 minutes.
Widening horn, man. Makes a new local high. Gets all the short sellers liquidated. And then once they have to buy back higher, then it makes new lows. Liquidates all the longs down with new local lows. This broadening horn pattern actually doesn't have a precedent in the Bitcoin chart that I'm aware of. I've never actually seen a broadening horn in Bitcoin, ever. It's new, and it annihilates traders. Annihilates them. Oh, you bought the breakout. New lows. Oh, you sold the capitulation. New highs. If you wanted to murder traders, broadening horn is the
Internet,
Why is it lagging?
come back to us.
Who's
Is it
trying?
just YouTube?
Some motherfuckers somewhere are reporting this stream or some shit. This has to be. It makes no sense. Can't even speak the truth. We're
What's
without
happening to other
it.
people
traders.
too.
Annihilates them. Oh, you bought the breakout. New lows. Oh, you sold the capitulation. New highs. If you wanted to murder traders, broadening horn is the best pattern possible to do it.
Max, we
Because
got
just guys, let me think for a second here. Is there anything I can do to make my network cut better? All right, guys, I'm going to try some more stuff. One moment. I'm going to try some more stuff.
How's it going, Dollar Cost? What's new?
I'm just fucking dying. I was eating dinner and just fucking losing it. Roasted all these motherfuckers.
Not sure what will. Tell you
Yeah,
the
pretty
truth.
much everyone else's reaction
If
as
that
well.
don't do the trick, I don't know what's going to do it.
This stream is going viral. That's what's going on.
All
This is
right.
crazy.
I had so many text messages like, dude, watch the stream right now. Watch the stream.
Looks like he's lost weight. Yeah, I lost maybe 13 pounds, I think. I was 253.5 or 0.8, and now I'm like 250 even. I was 263.5 or 0.8. Now I'm 250 even. I mean, look, 250 is still way too big, but I'm making progress, you know.
Sure,
Hey, it's
almost
4:25
28.
a.m., guys.
That's crazy.
Let's go look at the sacrifices. Yeah, the easiest way is just to go to Etherscan. So I'm going to go to pulsechain.com, and I'm going to grab the address.
Etherscan is savage right now. It's moving fast. I see
24
hundreds of
minutes until the
thousands of likes
sacrifice phase is over.
every couple seconds.
24 minutes, guys.
That's
Go to
stupid.
pulsechain.com. You got 24 minutes.
Oh.
So I'm going to go and look up this address here.
113 and 76 million hex.
Yep, that's a lot of money.
Facts, Richard.
Look at these guys with pending transactions. Boys, there are a lot of pending transactions.
Exactly
You
true.
guys better pay more for gas, man. 61 pending transactions here.
Savage.
Pay more for gas. You want your transaction to go through? Pay more for gas.
Holy shit.
Right now,
Yeah, this is definitely
They
the
say
time where you want to
41.
hit the fast button.
it's going to
Yep.
cost you what? $7
39
to
Gwei
send an
right now.
ERC20
Yeah.
with
Savage.
41 Gwei? Pay more. Pay
Imagine
15,
hitting
pay 20.
slow
If
on
you're
the
making
on the
money.
checks.
I fucking love it. Pay more. The whales are fucking up this
A lot of
shit.
people are using eating
It's
some
the
gas.
fucking
Hex
options
was
side.
the
How long do we even have left? Is it
number
like 20 minutes?
gas user on the
25,
Ethereum network
yeah.
today.
23 minutes.
Somebody paid 9,000. Oh wait, hold up.
23.
That's just the
Cool,
last
right.
3 hours. So the Ethereum network made $9,000 in the last 3 hours off of Hex users. And in the last 24 hours, they made $33,000. And what is the Ethereum network going to do with that money that they got, the miners got? They're going to buy pollution and dump the price. Pulse chain
Imagine
solves
all
this.
that shit as much on Pulse
Miners
chain.
don't need to pollute the environment. Smart. Very smart.
Just stack some more, baby. Get that YOLO fact in.
Anyway, time ticks over at 4:50 UTC. It's 4:27. Oh, there's just a timer, right? Timer's 22 minutes.
We're gonna see
You
a
know
fat
what?
candle. I am telling you, it's gonna be stupid.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter, even if I have to sacrifice. Oh man, it's gonna be epic.
I'll do something.
Red or green, red or green.
I'm going to copy paste the address into chat.
The dead cat bounce on Bitcoin.
If I
is
see any
playing
other
beautifully
addresses,
right now.
you get
It's fucking
permabanned.
falling like a rock.
We clear on that? You should never ever use a number that you see in chat ever, never, because they can copy your username. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. If I see any addresses in chat, I'm banning you. If you want to know what the address is, go to pulsechain.com, go to pulse.info, either one. Do not ever use an address you see in a chat room ever, or in a comment area ever. It's all imposters. It's not safe. Yeah. I'm not breaking that rule. We got to teach people to be safe.
Yep.
I'm happy that so very few people got scammed, and all the stuff we've been doing recently. Very, 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 very few people got scammed. Most communities get more scams than a normal day. I mean, we got a message on repeat every few minutes, warning people. Pinned messages. I'm warning people all the time. You have to, because there's silly people out there that just don't care to protect their assets the way that they should. Get some sleep, man. Yeah, I probably look like I got killed a day ago. I probably look like refried beans of some sort. Yeah. Can we talk Pulse? Sure, if you want. What do you want to talk about? The website explains everything. I gave you the update on where devs are at. Very first thing. We could go through the money. You want to talk about sacrifice phase? Hey, dude, in the chat that keeps telling me to look at Twitter. I heard you, man. I heard you the first 14 or 15 times you posted that. But I'm tired. I don't feel like arguing. I feel like having a monologue.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I'm half conscious here. Where's my Pulse shirt? I got to get one. I don't have one yet. I should get one, man. And I'm pretty soon I'm not going to fit in these 3XL shirts. I'll need a 2L. So.
Yay, good job, Richard.
Nice.
Am I banned here? Nope. Now what I'm doing that's different is I'm just watching the chat scroll by. And man, it's so much easier. Because I'm not behind 20 minutes. Usually when I'm not watching the chat live, I'm behind 20 minutes, like always. Talk about the one-stop shop ecosystem some more? Sure. How does it benefit hexagons to see scam coins on a ranking site? It doesn't. How does it benefit hexagons to see fake price charts that lure them in to buy things that when they go to sell them, they can't be sold? They get rug pulled. It doesn't. How does it benefit hexagons to see margin trading? It doesn't. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure it benefits hexagons to see charts. Do you really care how all those other coins are doing? You already know you're beating them. There's no reason to let them pollute your consciousness. You can maintain clarity of mind without the noise. And when you tune out things that aren't important, it makes space for things that are important. You have to choose what you're going to be good at and what you're going to be bad at. And you're going to have to be bad at a lot of things to make the time and the space to become skilled at the things that are valuable. I'll tell you some things I gave up. I used to watch football. I used to play football. I like football. Gave it up. Why? Why am I getting angry yelling at the TV when the stadium changed and the name of the stadium changed and the mascot changed and the players changed and the coach changed? What am I rooting for? What is this? Is this Theseus's ship? No, that's not it. Yeah, it is Theseus's ship. It's this logical idea that if you replace all the parts of a thing, is it still the same thing? So there's no reason to be getting angry about stuff you can't control. Just do stuff you can control. And then when it goes good, you don't got to be angry. You can't get angry when, you know, the snap goes right into the quarterback's face and doesn't catch it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The stream will go down in history, no question. Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, there's all types of, like, let's talk about people doing harm in crypto. Most of the exchanges, they list things that shouldn't be listed. Like a DJ tries to play you good music. But these exchanges, they list things that they can make money on that aren't good things. Brian Armstrong's words. We will list everything that is legal. It is your job to decide what is good or not. Fine.
Facts.
But so you know, the rest of the world thinks that you do quality control. Even though you sent a tweet about it, congrats on that tweet. You might have to retweet it every once in a while or put it somewhere on your website because the majority of the world, they ask questions like, when Binance? You mean the Binance that got hacked? Or the Binance that's getting shut down all over the world? Or the Binance that has like 133x leverage? Or the Binance that won't let you withdraw? That Binance?
Yep. Garbage.
When that thing? Maybe never that thing.
Fucking love it.
People are so backwards, man. Or like, why aren't you on CoinMarketCap? Because they're bad at their job. Nomics is good at their job. They know how to multiply price times supply. It's very easy.
Yep. Free shout
Doesn't
out.
take much effort at all. Oh, by the way, who owns CoinMarketCap? Binance.
Mm-hmm.
Any conflict of interest there? Any conflict of interest? Oh, and does Binance charge you like $2 million to list? Yeah. Oh, so they probably want you to list. And then as a side benefit, you can get on their little walled garden where they lie about your position. To do what? To get people into things that are horrible. IOTA's still on the front page, isn't it? IOTA literally took their users' keys. Their network was so hacked that they ended up with their users' private keys. And they got their users to AML KYC to beg them for the money back. They shut down the network at will for weeks.
Savage.
Front page. Crazy. Insane. Why? Well, don't you want people to not get hurt? Why do you like I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, so almost everything in crypto is trash. Almost. It's insane. Do you trust hardware wallets? Let's see. Ledger lost everyone's data.
Damn.
They are now getting fake Ledger devices sent to their homes. One of a Hexagon in our community, he got a fake Ledger device delivered to his house to try and steal all his crypto. That ain't good. So there's people out there that let you get robbed and don't do anything to stop it. Let me give you an example. Alex Saunders has a paid group. Wrecked pleb, lost all his money trading,
Yep.
stole and embezzled a ton of money from his users to try and make up for that trading, took the user's money and sent it right to the margin trading exchange, not even hiding it. Owes everybody money. I am the one that had to tell the truth about him because everyone else was scared too. I am the reason that he stopped scamming people. Me. I shut that scammer down.
Preach.
Which is funny because he appeared on my show claiming that he wanted to shut a scammer down. But there was only one scammer on the show.
What a joke.
Him.
Yep.
Another example. Oh man, what was it? So everyone was losing money to this guy. No one said a word about it. Tons of people can't withdraw their money from Binance. No one's saying a word about it. Someone's got to call this trash out. There was some other failure thing that I made popular to save people. Oh, Ledger. Okay. I see pictures of Hex and Pulse Mail directly mailed to people. And at the bottom of one of the mail pieces, it says, beware, there are fake hardware wallets being sent to people to try and steal all your money.
Jesus.
So apparently, somewhere in the world, someone out of the kindness of their heart included a warning, which from what I've heard, is a very expensive envelope, very expensive paper, first class postage. None of those things are cheap, apparently. Someone went out of their effort to waste copy space trying to save other people from being doomed.
Respect.
Did the Ledger company that profited off their users send mail to their users to warn them that they lost their database and that there would be fake devices arriving to steal everything they worked so hard for? Did the Ledger company do that? No, they didn't. But who did? Apparently somebody that likes Hex and somebody that likes Pulse. And does that make the world a better place? I would think that it does, yes. As a matter of fact, I think being educated, I wish that in 2009, I received a letter about Bitcoin instead of getting it in 2011.
Yep.
I wish that someone had made a compelling case for Ethereum back when it launched.
Pulse that lead crash.
As a matter of fact, I didn't even find out Ethereum launched until they were about to pass up
15 minutes
Bitcoin's
left.
market cap. And I was a smart guy,
Fucking go.
and I
We'll
read
take all the
Reddit
shit.
all the time.
I
You
see
know
a
what Reddit
fat
is?
candle.
Censored. So when you go to the Bitcoin
Just shove
subreddit,
it in there.
you're never going to find out about any other technology that's coming up because they isolate you from it. Now, in a world full of scams, that's good. But in a world where there are things actually making a difference and making the world a better place, it's bad. So, but everything's backwards world, right? So people receive a letter that could solve medical problems. They receive a letter that shows them opportunity that they've been hidden from them, from everybody. You want to advertise a cryptocurrency on Google? They won't let you. You want to advertise on Facebook? They won't let you. You want to advertise on Reddit? They won't let you. Well, what is this? What are we creating child slaves here? I don't get it. Sports books can advertise. Margin trading exchanges can advertise. Loot crate games where kids get addicted and lose all their parents' money on the credit card can advertise. But the world's best performing asset that has ever existed that removes counterparty risk, that stops the government from stealing your money through inflation, that can't advertise? Wow. So you can't advertise open source software? Crazy. Okay. But you know who has no problem getting views? The scam bots. Scam bots always have lots of views. Always have some fake thing going. My comments are filled with 90% fake copies of me, 1% real me. Spammers aren't having any problem. Real content creators are having a problem. It's crazy. NFTs. God. Hey guys, you like NFTs? Pulse is going to double all those NFT contracts for you. NFTs are cool, games are cool, art's cool. Overpaying for those things, not cool. How much is a serial loosely related to a JPEG, which may or may not still be hosted on the internet worth? How much is procedurally generated, pixelated crap art worth? Insane.
Nope.
Richard, will ERC20 oracles have function on Pulse? Well, I mean, Uniswap is an oracle. It doesn't. Uniswap's the best price oracle because it doesn't rely on some guy running a server, and then that guy can just change the numbers in the server. So, hey, Richard, send my ERC20 Matic to the Matic sacrifice address. Am I good? Yeah, you're fine. It's 4:40, guys. 10 minutes left. How likely will USDC user admin keys to freeze USDC on the Pulse chain? I have absolutely no idea, man. I have no idea. And I'm not sure they have an idea either. So on the one hand, they could use the freeze key and risk getting sued by everybody and lose customer goodwill, even if they didn't get sued. And then on the other hand, they might have got rich because they're getting twice of their coins on 2 chains and they make money on having those coins and arbitraging them. It's a revenue center for them. Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe, I have no idea. Nobody knows. I don't think anybody knows. We're just going to have to find out. I had to delete thousands of fake Richards from the comment section the other day. Hexologist, I appreciate that, man.
This is epic.
At least since the, you know what's funny? I'll bet that when the stream freezes, the algorithm thinks that it's better because everyone starts commenting. The algorithm's probably not smart enough to know the difference between thoughtful, engaged comments and keyboard spam. Yeah, 4:42. I need some water, man. I'm like dying. I don't know how. I guess it's because I'm speaking about stuff I'm passionate about, that I'm still alive, I guess.
You can tell Richard's tired, man. Damn.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Will it be a bridge back to Ethereum? Yeah, that's a minimum requirement. Can't launch without that.
Ooh,
You shouldn't.
What's that?
So minimum viable launch for Pulse is the completed accounting of the sacrifice phase. Requires some input from the Sens Foundation spreadsheet and price to time feeds for a bunch of different coins. Hopefully TWAPs. If it's too hard, we just won't use them. But if we can have TWAPs, we prefer it. Bridge to Ethereum. Front end for Hex. Front end for Uniswap. Good to go. This is assuming that you have a functioning consensus network. So that's minimum viable. What happened to my interview with Paul Democritou? It was great. I've done several of them. It's on his channel, not mine. Thank you for making crypto exciting again and how it was intended to be. My pleasure, man. Richard, can you shout out my dad? He got me into Hex. Thanks, boss. What do I think about the price performance of PLS? I think it's going to launch at 0, and then the market will decide. And then things that launch at 0, probably pretty easy to have a good price chart if you actually launch at 0.
5 minutes.
Noob question, if we sacrificed ETH to the same wallet where we hold ETH, do we need to move all our Pulse or only the freemium? So basically the way that works is the freemium is going to get taken back even if you move the freemium. As long as there's a balance there, it doesn't care whether the balance is a freemium or the balance is something else. If you got some free stuff, you're going to give it back if there's a balance there. So if you don't want to get the clawback on the freemium pulse for ETH holders, you need to move everything that's pulse into a different address. And then after the fork happens, you can move it back if you want. And then you shouldn't have any problems. We're not rewarding people for ignoring. We're rewarding people for engaging. That's good synergy. It's a better word for it, but my brain is literally fried.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I've covered this a million times, but I'll cover it again. We organize the sacrifice set. We assign the points. We wait for mainnet to be the public test net. We make sure it works good. The front ends get built against the test net. Go to hex.com, Uniswap front end. There's a whole bunch of other people that want to build on Pulse. A bunch of them. Successful people that have built on other chains want to build on Pulse. They're very excited about it. They need to build against the front end too. Then, once the front ends work, the software has been tested, the sacrifice set is known, you can set a date for mainnet launch. Mainnet launches. Everything trades at 0. People have a chance to send things around at 0. And then, somehow, magically, there will probably be a market that will probably discover the value, and then you'll have a thriving Thousand Flowers bloom, my guess, where people will say this exact same code, but it's a faster, more affordable network that doesn't destroy the environment and has better game theory. Maybe everything on there is worth a % of some things and even more than other things. So things that don't work on Ethereum anymore, if they work on Pulse, I wouldn't be surprised if they were more valuable in Pulse where you can use them instead of mainnet Ethereum where you can't afford to. So you're going to have, I think, a lot of arbitrage between the E Ethereum version of things and the P Pulse versions of things. So for instance, let's take E hex and P hex. Someone out there is probably going to make a value judgment as to what their ratio should be. And then the market is going to decide whether it's reasonable or not. That's how price discovery works. And I think you're going to see that for thousands of coins. That's my opinion. The key to that is having a working Uniswap, right? And since Uniswap comes over from mainnet Ethereum, the same keys that work there will work here. You don't need new keys. So the guys that launched that contract, their keys will be able to turn on the tax on this contract. So Uniswap V2 has a switch that can be turned on by the admins that turns on a 15% tax on new liquidity that gets added. It doesn't affect old liquidity. V3 also has an admin key that has different parameters that I'm not as up to spec on because you can't fork V3. They don't allow you to. It uses a special type of license where they have a 2-year window to have exclusive use of it before it becomes open. So I'm not an expert on V3. 2 minutes left in sacrifice phase. All right. Let's go take a look.
Facts.
Literally dying here.
Facts. 2-minute warning.
People are still being cheap with the gas. Bunch of pending transactions there, guys.
Get it in.
You can just increase the amount I suggest to you. Click edit.
And the Whale's pushing the price down to get those people. It's funny.
How do I get back? I'm so dead. If you click this little square icon next to like the token value, you can see all the tokens in order. And I think they default sort by their value.
45 seconds.
So you guys ready to hear these numbers? I'll wait till it ticks over.
The biggest wick either way. Let's go.
Reviewers in the U.S. to contact their state congressmen and senators.
I got money on red and black right now.
Crypto section. Yes, I can.
Kareem's like
Hey,
got his
everyone
money on
listening,
double
unless you
zeros.
want DeFi to become illegal in the United States, You need to contact your senator and your
wins.
congressman. Senators
20.
work in the Senate, and congressmen work in the House of Representatives.
15 more seconds.
Or whatever.
15.
Representatives work in the House of Representatives. And the House of Representatives combined with
10,
the senators
9,
is Congress.
8, 7,
Misspoke at the
6,
beginning.
5, 4,
You need to contact them. You need to email them.
1.
Call
One.
them. And send them pictures. You need to know that they stink. They're trying to screw you. Because they're trying to screw you. They're trying to take your
Alright.
rights away.
Now.
We did
Don't
it.
let
over.
them. Not only is it bad for you, it's bad for America. America will be a better place without bad laws. They can write good laws. You don't need bad ones. So actually go and follow Jake Chervinsky, who's a lawyer, or the guys at Coin Center.
Congratulations.
Peter,
sacrifices. You made
I
history.
can't remember his name, Valkenberg or
Alright.
something. You know, there's a
can
couple
say you were
popular
the
lawyers in the
Genesis
crypto
block
space that actually do
pulse chain.
effort to save us from
That's a big deal.
the villains that are trying to victimize us. Read what they write. Try and contact those guys that are in positions of power to decide things. Or, in a couple years, you'll be screwed. So you actually have to put in a little bit of effort and make those calls. Chat saying sacrifice phase is over.
Bang,
All right.
bang. It is over.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Nice.
He's like, I can
Even
sleep
updates.
now.
It says,
Right?
sacrifice phase is over. Do not sacrifice any more money. Smart.
Yep.
Well
Smart.
designed.
Thanks for the $5 super chat, Dominican Willie. Is it me or those
Somebody
19
says
days?
Happy New Year.
Were they really fast?
Yep.
I agree.
All right, let's look at these numbers. I think there's a big numbers here, man.
You're not sacking.
Ethereum. There's 2,000 Ethereum left in there. I guess it's worth $5 million, I guess. Let me scroll a little bit here. It should tell me.
Respect. Likewise.
Yeah, 5.1 million. So if you do the chain analysis on this address, the sacrifice address, you can see that it seems to sell everything it gets
Yep.
for stable
Respect to
coins
Tyler Johnson.
except Hex. That's what it looks like.
Exactly.
And it has a lot of hacks. There is... Where's the decimal point here?
Savage. So good. I know. Well, they shouldn't have waited last minute.
Huh? I mean, it says 14 billion, but like the quantity... There's 14 billion US dollars worth of hacks in the sacrifice address. There's 2,000 Ethereum. But I think if you look it up, like maybe 40 or 50,000 Ethereum was sacrificed, but then got turned into stables. There's 146 million in USDC, 34 million in DAI, 26 million in Tether. And then all these other tokens, there's not even 100 grand in the next one. Like they're
Thank
all
you for
under
the
100
$5
grand.
super chat, Golden CD.
And
Appreciate y'all for the
There
great
sure is a
content.
bunch of them. There's 11 pages of tokens here at 25 per page. So
Garbage.
some people didn't follow the directions. Interesting.
Quattro
Thank you, Seek
Cinco.
Crypto, for the $20
This is just
super
one
chat.
chain, right?
Quattro
But I
Cinco.
think the majority of activity occurred on this chain. So off the top of my head, the last I looked, there was... Let me add this up. Let me use a calculator real quick.
Yo. Wells is right, and that's just the ETH chain
Is
too.
this wrong already? Yeah, I already did this wrong. I'm so tired, man. Let's try it again. There's 207 million in stable coins there. 14 billion in Hex, 5 million in ETH. It's just one chain. I think something like 18 or 19 million came through on the Bitcoin chain. 2.7 million on BCH, a million on Monero, a million on Litecoin, 750K on Lumens, or maybe it was 275 on Lumens and 750 on EOS.
XRP2 was like
3.2 million in Cardano.
Whoa.
80 grand in Theta, 65 grand in Ethereum Classic.
Only 80 G's in Theta. Huh.
Yeah, I know, right? Even Tron got
Sure,
some
I'm
garbage
missing
too.
some.
50 grand or 70 grand Tron,
I
whatever.
think there was like 60 grand in Zcash.
Zcash too.
That should be billions in
I'm
Zcash.
missing some other things.
XRP2, he
Like
didn't mention
AVAX
XRP.
and BNB, I think was like 6 million across all the
BNB
stuff
also.
people sent on those networks. BNB and BSC, it's like 6 or 8 million, I think. Yeah. So you're gonna get a more in-depth report on all this stuff because all this stuff is public. So it needs to be public so you can see that the supply matches what it should be. If there's a way to do it with zero knowledge proof, I think it'd be cool. Basically, the accounting is most important to have complete
Facts for us.
before mainnet. You don't like need it before testnet, and you could iterate it. You could refine it over time. So it's not like life or death. I mean, the majority of stuff happened on ETH, and it's very obvious what happened on ETH because
You guys think the OA sacrifice?
So
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
since 24 hours. The run was amazing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
can you get a ban hammer? Yes, you can, sir. Welcome to the party, pal. Boom. Enjoy. Actually, while I'm at it, is there any other things I can give you? Any other powers? David, remind me to give you more powers, bro, because you earned them, man. So, I can give you extra stuff above and beyond just chat admin. Richard, you got anything to say about Dan Larimer, Brendan Bloomer, Brock Pierce, EOS, and Bullish Global? Haven't I said enough things this stream? Like, I'm tired enough where I want to leave people to Savage for my next stream. I don't want to just finish everybody off in one stream. I can tell you that of the only things to underperform Bitcoin this cycle and the top of the market cap charts, EOS is the only thing that didn't beat Bitcoin.
Damn.
And who
Sad but true.
most of those names that you mentioned were directly involved with that. So
Sad but true.
will you announce snapshot date beforehand? Yeah. Or at least a range. A relatively reasonable range.
Yeah, that's all we
There's
need.
this game theory that goes into that I don't want to explain.
Of course.
Yes.
But there's a reason why you might not want to pick a specific date.
Mm-hmm. DJ's gonna go
Savage
crazy.
Charles Hoskinson and his vaporware project. I brought adoption to Ada. I worked very hard personally to get that trash to be able to operate. And it
Damn.
was very hard. And any normal human has absolutely no chance whatsoever of being able to use Ada for anything. Period.
Fuck.
It's not
Damn.
good. The
Click
documents
this.
don't work. It's not good.
Thanks for the $5
You're lucky if you
super
find a
chat.
document.
I think this was
The only things that are
extremely
documented are
successful.
wallets nobody uses anymore. The wallets people use now, there's no help. You reach out on Twitter, radio silence.
Exactly.
It's a joke.
14 pulses and 14 billion sacrifice.
Pulse will have smart contracts before Cardano. That's what's up.
Savage.
Somebody says they didn't receive anything when you sacrificed your ADA. Don't worry about it, man. What do you think you're going to receive?
Mhm.
To even detect, for anyone in the world to even detect that you sacrificed your ADA is nearly impossible. You're lucky. I figured out how to do it. And I didn't. My devs did. So,
Boom. That's what's up.
there's a report that is easy to publish. Just wait. Unless you want to figure out how to... I'm not going to explain it, man.
Fucking joke.
Just wait. Or learn to be a developer, your choice. Either learn to be a developer or wait. I'd love to see Charles Hoskins in here. Yeah, bring him. Like, I'd talk to anybody. If you're friendly, I'll be friendly. If you're not friendly, I'll be not friendly. Richard, can you tell me more about that Jewish kid teaching young kids to gamble? Well, first of all, I love Jewish people. I think they're the smartest people in the world, literally. You want medicine? Everybody's Jewish. Doctors are all Jewish. Researchers are all Jewish. Company that makes the devices is all Jewish. You want movies? All the companies that make all the movies are Jewish. All the people that write the scripts are Jewish. All the people that are acting them are Jewish. You want comedy? Script writers, Jewish. The comedians themselves, Jewish. I mean, even Louis C.K., I believe, is actually of Jewish ancestry with his red hair. He's like Jewish Mexican ancestry, even Louis C.K. Or the C.K. is like Polish or Hungarian that then went to Mexico. And anyway, so my school that I went to, gifted kids school, everybody's Jewish. So I had to say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, like I've been to a bunch of bar mitzvahs and whatnot. And so I basically went to elementary school that was all black, middle school that was all Jewish. It was hilarious. And the guy that invented the new math that was taught at my insanely smart middle school was named Bert Kaufman. Jewish dude. Best education I ever got in my entire life. My middle school was better than high school and college combined. We learned set theory and logic before math. Yep. We learned scheme programming, a dialect of Lisp, the most powerful programming language in the world. Like, insanity. I still remember modus ponens, modus tollens, syllogistic inference from 6th grade. So I had a very strong logical upbringing. So the reason that I mentioned the Jewish thing, even though I respect them as like the most productive people in the history of the world, they are usually like friendly. So when you see Eric Weinstein interacting with people on live stream, unless it's with his brother, he kind of tends to supplicate and want to be friends. But then with his brother, Brett, he kind of bosses him around a little bit. And so to have Sam Bankman-Fried, who sleeps on a beanbag and looks friendly, wears t-shirts, looks like a nice young kid, he's got curly hair and stuff, donates to charity, supports a democratic cause, that's nice. But that money that you're giving away comes on the ruined dreams of normal people who are destroyed and victimized by the most harmful thing anyone could possibly do for their finances, which is margin trading.
Facts.
And so you have an obligation, if you care about your fellow man, to see them not destroyed. And I don't know, other than hard drugs, of something more destructive to a person than trading and gambling. Drugs, gambling, trading. Is there some other, like, maybe smoking, maybe alcohol, but that's all kind of drug stuff. You're promoting one of the worst things in the world for human beings. And so you give a little bit of money away to charity. You're doing more harm than good, man. And the more ads they buy, the more harm they'll do. You know who does a lot of ads? eToro. I met the founder of eToro back in 2013 at Bitcoin conference in Amsterdam. Sat next to each other at the Mastercoin dinner. Those guys at the top of their website have to write 67% of our users lose money with us. And that hides the fact that the losers that lose so vastly much more than the few guys lucky enough to win. It's disgusting. And where do they advertise? Everywhere. And so what do? They take the money from the users whose lives they destroy to pollute our minds and our sports environments and whatever else we're doing with their marketing messages to convince more people to be destroyed, to buy more ads, to destroy more people. It's disgusting. That is not a good world. A good world is where somehow magically some can afford to advertise something good into the world. But it's hard to monetize. Telling people how to live better lives, it's hard to monetize. I give it away for free. My books are for free. My YouTube channels are free. My price calls are for free. The coins I hand out, free. You want Pulse? Have Ethereum. You get free Pulse. You want ERC20s? Have 10,000 ERC20s. You want Hex? Free claim as a Bitcoin holder. 300,000 Bitcoin holders did. Or 300,000 Bitcoin worth of holders. I'm the giving tree of crypto.
Facts.
And I just also happen to make sick price calls. And I just also happen to be able to teach you a million things about a million different parts of life. So I think the sacrifice phase did a lot of good. And I'd like to see more good done in the world. So that's what we're aiming for.
Hex clip. I hope you got that.
Everybody in chat's like, when do we get the Pulse? When do we get the Pulse? You gotta wait, man. You get your free coins when they're ready.
Comment is fine.
How much Hex was sacrificed? 14 billion worth. But this number is not totally accurate because there's a chart and most people sacrificed on the first 5 days.
Yep.
Where everyone got like the same points
18 cents
rate.
average.
So
17 to 18 cents.
back then, so the price in Hex had went to 22 or like 21.7 or 22.2, something like that cents. And then it dipped, then it came back up, and now it's making a bull flag. In my opinion, that's what the candlestick pattern looks like.
Pay attention, people.
Yeah, so I think right now, last I looked, the price was 12 cents maybe, or 13. Let me go look. It's 11.8 right now. Here's another thing, right? What do you see all the time in crypto? Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this doesn't look like that to me. This to me looks like normal price action. It looks very similar to what I've seen in the past. That's cool. That's good. I like it. Let's do a little theory crafting. Now I'm going to be very delicate with this because I don't make forward-looking price statements for Pulse. Don't make forward-looking price statements for Hex. I'm happy to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I didn't found those. If supply and demand dictates the price of things, is this $14 billion of Hex sitting in this sacrifice address? Is it supply? Could you buy it if you wanted to? Is it for sale?
Pay attention.
So you got to figure that out. If supply and demand matters, where's the supply? I'll tell you a story. Totally unrelated story.
Such a G.
There's these rocks that you can dig out of the ground that are worth
Heard that, Karim.
They're very, very common. You put them on drill bits. You put them on concrete saws.
Diamonds.
You put them on the tips of screwdrivers. If they're good German Wera screwdrivers, W-E-R-A. Love those. Well, actually, some of their drill bits are diamond tip, but I think the Wera screwdrivers I like are actually laser etched. A little different. Grips the thing that you're trying to turn better. A lot better. And what are these things called? They're called diamonds. Now, I'm wearing a lot of diamonds. A whole metric butt ton of them. Every one of these watches that you see with a diamond face, that adds 30 grand to the watch. So that's an extra 30 grand. That's an extra 30 grand. That's an extra 30 grand. Just the dial. Just the diamond dial. Covered in diamonds. The link is covered in diamonds. It's diamonds all over the place. Look at this. Rose gold, white gold, yellow diamond, blue diamond, white diamond. Did you know there were yellow and blue diamonds? Check it out and look. The rose goes with the rose. Isn't that nice? Why am I telling you about this? Well, I started this statement by telling you that these things aren't worth anything. You can use them to coat your drill bits. So why are they so expensive? Because the market has supply removed by people that prefer the price to be higher. In this case, the history of diamond prices is the De Beers Company out of South Africa. And the De Beers company owned 80% of all diamond mines, and I think still today owns 60%, even after you have lab-created diamonds and, you know, new countries being formed and such. Yet diamonds are still really expensive. And they've been around for hundreds of years. Probably thousands, but let's call it hundreds. Wow. So a diamond in the rough is when you find something good in a patch of stuff that sucks.
Damn.
Diamond hands is when you hold something so tight that the compression turns your hand to a diamond.
You feel this? The compression.
How did they do that? How did they turn common, valueless, sparkly carbon, which, by the way, lab-created is superior to? Why is it so expensive? Because they buy it all up. They restrict supply,
Every kiss
reduce
begins
supply,
with K.
put out advertisements, diamonds are a girl's best friend. There was a time before that advertisement when diamonds were not a girl's best friend. And diamonds were not what you bought people for a wedding gift.
Speak on it, Blaze.
But due to good marketing and good advertising and
The
decades
man
of value
knows what he's
storage,
talking
people
about.
figured out that these things would be more likely to go up than down. Now, who else has
No.
No.
done this?
YouTube.
Diamonds did that, and it's lasted for hundreds of years. Louis Vuitton did it. This box, by the way, I got a new Louis Vuitton thing here. No one else has this because I ordered it before anyone knew it existed. Speaker. It's a Louis Vuitton speaker, and it lights up. Let's check it out. What do you think this costs? I think it's like $3,000.
Cool.
Help me on my live stream, buddy. Come on now.
$3,000.
Do something. Well, it lights up and does cool stuff if you connect to it, but I guess if you don't connect to it, it's pretty boring. Well, anyway, I didn't want to show you that. I guess I did, but when it was lit up. I want to show you this. It's just a box. It's a box. What do you think this box cost? $5,000. It's a box. Is it worth $5,000? Nope. Ooh, look it. We're in business. Do something. It was just doing stuff and then it stopped. Silly little device. If it does it again, I'll pick it up quicker. I'm getting trolled by my electronics here. So, this pattern. Why do I like the monogram pattern? Because if you're going to overpay for crap, you at least want people to know you did it. So this, because it's brown, screams money at a distance. You get Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Chanel, Dior, black with a little chrome on it. No one can tell. That's expensive. Looks like H&M. I like to get value for my money. I'm going to overpay for crap. I want the respect that comes with it. So, am I ever going to use this box? Probably not. Probably not. I did one photo shoot with it. I just leave it to sit here because I can have it and other people can't as a type of proof of work to show I'm worth listening to. Because if I can waste money, imagine what I can do when I'm trying, right? So, why am I telling this story about Louis Vuitton? Because they've had the same pattern since 1848. And 1848 is how long ago? How long is 1848? Well, 200 years will be 2048, and it's 2021, so 150 years, right? So Louis Vuitton is able to sell you overpriced leather for 150 years.
Damn.
Somebody spamming chat. People are spamming chat with buy hex. I'm going to let you flood. I don't mind. Why would I stop that? Continue. Flood away.
Stop fucking around.
I don't know. Maybe there's some exploit where this is harmful. Mods, attack. I'll put on slow mode. No thing.
Holy
Is
shit.
there slow mode in this chat? Never tried it.
The fun is by X. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know, like...
I haven't seen that before.
Let's do it.
Man,
I'm always buying X.
two.
Fucking love it. Holy shit.
I don't know if there's a slow mode, guys. You make me Google this crap.
Overpriced leather.
Yeah, it looks like
For
mods got it.
172 years.
You get them, mods. People that are flooding, just ban them just in case there's some, like, unknown threat. It should just get them banned, but who knows. Doop. Doop. I have to click a couple times, everybody. Doop. Doop. Go buy some more SIM cards, homies. Go load up. Well, I guess that didn't last very long. Back to what we were talking about, Louis Vuitton. So what I'm explaining to you is how to create lasting value for crap that is otherwise worthless for hundreds of years. The De Beers company did it with diamonds. Louis Vuitton did it with leather goods. And Rolex did it with watches. These watches don't even tell time well. They're rated for plus or minus 2 seconds a day. Your cheapest, crappiest quartz watch is rated at plus and minus 0. It ain't gaining or losing time at all. It doesn't care how you shake it or what orientation it's in or whether you hit vibrating things. Quartz is a vastly superior technology. But the problem with quartz is you can't use it to show how much more money than you have to somebody else.
Yep.
Or taste. Yeah, taste. Haha. Good one. Does anything about this screen taste? No. Because I'm trying to achieve a message. I know how to not dress rich. I know how to wear shirts and a short. Backwards, shorts and a shirt. So, why am I telling this to you? If you want the price of things to go up, you have two options available to you. You can increase their demand. Good game theory, good community, good advertisements, domain names, logos, you know, well-worded copy, rebuttals list. You can do things like that. Or you could restrict supply. Now, of these things that you see behind me, which of them has restricted supply? Almost everything. You want this at the store? You can get one. Nope, just kidding, you can't. You want this at the store? You can't get it. You want that at the store? Can't get it. You want this? Can't get it. This you might be able to actually get, maybe. This, can't get it. This, can't get it. This, you can't get it. And so what happens to these things that don't tell time properly? They go up in value. Why? Because people want them. There's not enough of them. So restricting supply is a beautiful way to add value, and it works for Louis Vuitton, and it works for diamonds, and it works for Rolex, and it works for all the other designer crap that I buy just because it's expensive to show that I could, for the most part. Everything's monogrammed. Why? Because the stupid people looking at me don't otherwise know that it's expensive, so I have to beat them over the head with the monograms so that they know. Now, at some point, you'd think that, you know,
nice. Well, thank you.
Being in the crypto industry for as long as I have been would just be enough, and people would figure it out, and they go, man, that guy's like always right all the time. He's probably doing real good. Nope, you got to beat them over the head with it. Because new people that just show up, they don't know your history of awesomeness. They need to have kitschy trinkets to be engaging with you, basically. So if you look at my stats on Twitter and YouTube, they're going up faster than they've ever gone before. Maybe it's because I'm promoting really cool stuff like, you know, open source software and freedom and free speech and medical research. Or maybe it's because I've got a bunch of trinkets, which either they like or they hate. And either way, they're sticking around to watch.
Yeah.
That teddy bear, Google it and see what it costs.
Fuck.
You'll be shocked. Louis Vuitton teddy bear, boy, it's expensive. It's not even pretty.
Bitcoin bear.
Terrible looking bear. So I'm telling you how to build value, and you can use that lesson to build it in anything that you're involved with. Whether it's you're a stage performer, you must leave the audience wanting more, or you lose value.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're talking to girls and wanting to have fun with them, every good thing you say, you get 1 point. Every bad thing you say, you lose 10 points. Yep. So you better sharpen up your game and just say good things if you can. You're having, you're conserving your words, basically. This applies everywhere. So being able to create things that become more valuable more rapidly than other things is something I've trained my whole life to do. My designs are beautiful. And I think that you can see that in the world. Very, very cool stuff. If I die, Hex.com goes offline. Contract works. Yep. Trading works. Yep. Bunch of different front ends. Totally decentralized. Yep. Other devs, other code bases. Yep. It's all totally decentralized. Sufficiently decentralized. More than sufficiently decentralized.
Fuck yeah, the weekend Willie. 8K bear, baby. Let's go. It's near the 10K price.
Any other good questions, guys? Because I got to tell you, I've been up a real long time, man. I hope you guys click like. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you went to twitter.com, Richard Hart Win. Twitter.com/Richard Hart Win. Follow me there. Because every once in a while, YouTube bans me. Every once in a while. They do this to everybody in crypto. It's not fair. It's not nice. And there's nothing you can do about it. So it's very important that you follow me on more than one channel so that one of those channels fails. You have a window of time to communicate on the one that hasn't failed to where the next place to roll over to will be. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Go sleep? Yeah. I'm going to do that. And I'm probably going to sleep for a long time.
Well deserved, man. Well
Sci-Vive book? Yeah. Go read my free book, guys. There's 2 of them. t.me/Sci-Vive. It contains better information than what I just gave you on the stream. It's really, really, really good stuff that could change your life for the better. It could make you rich. You could find love. You could be stronger, faster, healthier, happier. I wish I could use all of the stuff that I say to do in my book. I wish I could take all my own good advice. There's a ton of exceptionally good advice in there. Somebody says, can you send USDT in front instead of USDC? Yeah, that's fine. You guys, Pulse Lead is only for the ranking phase. The ranking phase ended 3 days ago. So you'll have new numbers to look at once they're published. Unless you want to become a dev and fight the software the way that we have fought it. Just wait a little bit. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a bunch of chains data for you. Anything else? Hex.com, pulsechain.com, t.me/pulsechaincom, t.me/hexcrypto, twitter.com/RichardHartWin, t.me/Sci-Vive, sens.org for medical research and tax write-offs if you like donating to charities. I think that's it. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I want to see a world where everything gets better. And I think I have a lot of ideas that can make that world better. And I think I've got the right community to get those ideas out into the world.
Fuck yeah.
So I think the end of 2021 here and 2022 is going to be real amazing. That's my opinion.
Can't wait.
All right, guys. I'm going to drop a link in chat here. I can't even type. That's how tired I am. Wow. Boom. Good night, everybody. Keep it real. I hope all your dreams come true out there. See you guys.
Amen.
Cool.
Hey.
Fuck.
Awesome. Wow.
Awesome stuff. Hey. Wow.
History in the making, guys.
I love how.
Go for it.
I was just gonna say, I love how Richard hasn't slept in days, but he's still managed to give us like a 2-hour lesson on scarcity and the way markets work, and he's just got so much at his disposal that he can call on, even if he's like half conscious. He can still get that out. Massive respect.
Facts, and shout out to Motley Mix in the chart. This is definitely, to me, I think one of his best ever stream. The rant was on point. I mean, and he's just speaking facts, no emotion here, speaking truth to power and being the Richard that we know. So
Yeah, this has been a blast, and I'm excited that we're all going to get a chance to cover it tomorrow night on Quant Gang. Of course, you guys are invited to join. I know we're going to be at the normal time tomorrow night. What other final thoughts do people have as we wrap up the stream?
May your only pain be champagne.
Love that.
That's
Love
good.
that. History in the making. Again, please, for the love of God, don't play checkers, play chess. You know what's coming. The magic carpet ride, baby. So
Number 2, round 2.
Yep.
Get your ticket.
Yep.
Book your
Hard
flight
dukes.
now.
Nuts.
Don't do it last
Yeah.
minute. That's all I'm saying.
The redux might be better than the fucking part 1. You never know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because this is a different ball game. There's no confusion as to what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no more, what's the use case?
Yeah, right. The lane is clean. You
What's the
already know.
utility? What is it for?
Yep.
No more of that. So
Don't be
So
that
we
guy
had
that gets
$14
behind.
billion show up to promote free speech and to say that high fees suck and to buy in to this idea that Pulse Chain is going to be way better than Ethereum in a number of ways. So I'm pretty excited about that.
this lines up exactly with what I was talking about. I don't know what the hell. It might have been yesterday on Hex Agents or something, or maybe it's probably yesterday morning on Hex Agents. It's a no brainer. Nobody's gonna opt to pay more just because. That's completely moronic. I don't know why this is confusing to people. It's very straightforward. If you have 2 of the same items, and let's say one is slightly better than the other, and then to boot, it is cheaper, you are going to opt for the fucking cheaper option. Like, it just doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Like, of course, you will have your small sector, right? Your small cohort of people that will be diehard Ethereans, and that's fine. But we're talking about mass population here. Mass population is not going to give a flying fuck. They're going to go to where their pocket is treated the best, and that's going to be on the Pulse Chain, and it's just that simple.
Exactly.
So,
and this is sales 101. I can explain that to people very simply. You know, in life, if the product is the same, price will always matter. The only reason people pay over price stuff, like Richard said, is if there's some type of other inherent value, or you know, you're trying to show off, or virtual signal, whatever that is. But when it's exactly the same, literally the price will matter, because it makes absolutely no sense not to do so. So this is why I think Paul's going to do amazingly well. And you just get a new money printer. So, hallelujah.
×2, baby. ×2.
×2. Book your flight, people. Book your flight. You know how it is at TSA. We're going international. So this is one of those things you got to get the 2-hour warning. You can't just show up at the airport the last.
Nah, it's not gonna be domestic no more.
Exactly. And then you wonder why TSA stopped you. You'll be like, sir, you missed your flight. No, don't be that guy.
If you need a stream on international flying protocol, holla at me. I could do one of those too.
Exactly. And make sure to tune in tomorrow. And yeah, Blaze Dolocaust, more than welcome to come tomorrow.
For sure, man. You guys are definitely welcome.
Be a celebration stream. Hopefully we'll get to tally all the points by then. And I'll try to ask Gunter if you can get the updated liability tab. And that's on phone.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see that.
Yeah, that's gonna let us know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Billion X.
Cause yo, look, if it's what I think it is, wow. You just created another. You just created like another. Like the way I think about it, like when something like this happens, think about a nail, right? Like you just taking a nail, and the OA is like the hammer, right? And the OA is taking all that supply, hammering that nail down into the ground. What people don't understand is that what's actually happening is that the OA is pushing that nail and causing a normal force once that nail is getting hammered into the ground, because that force is actually propagating the price higher. It's actually going to push that price higher because he's sucking up all the supply. So it converts from a hammer pushing a nail into the ground into a damn tornado, just ripping that shit and just carrying everything into the stratosphere.
Not coming back, people.
Not coming back.
And another little value math you can do, quick math. If Hex is $1, that's $113 billion I got sacrificed. I need to
oh, it's crazy,
Hex
bro.
is that special. We say 14 billion. That's today's price. Okay, 6 months from now, you look back and be like, wait a minute, was that just 100?
Yo, 113 billion Hex, man.
That's like, you know,
17.83%.
Ethereum network value, you know.
17.83% of the circulating of
that's
the total
nuts.
supply not even the circulating, but the total
supply.
That's
total
so
supply.
nuts.
That's insane.
It is insane. I would start speculating. I wait for this chart tomorrow, but I'm talking, dude. We got probably like 1.5% left out there.
Man.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Like, I think it's we lost Maddie, but I feel like it's at least half of what we thought it was in terms of what's actually available for people to buy.
Well,
Now that we've seen this happen.
I don't know, right? Like I don't know if anybody can really guesstimate right now, but I just know it's a whole lot less.
It's a lot, exactly. Whatever the number, it's going to be outrageous.
It's going to be even more.
Yo, and this is what people don't understand, because here's the thing: you have a dynamic market that's built on the bonding curve that function as a function of literal supply and demand. None of it is faked. It cannot be. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. Like, that's that's literally what Hex is. And I explained this shit before, but I'll explain it again because I know it's foreign to people, because it's not the usual, hard fixed supply. It's limited, so I know it's gonna go up in price until it doesn't. Until it doesn't. Yeah, I know. It's funny. I know. It's okay. They'll learn one day. They'll learn. It's about product market fit, utility. What the fuck does it do? What does it do? What's the purpose? Why am I putting my money here? Why is anybody else putting their money here? That's what it's about. It ain't about anything else. It's not. So.
So good. I'll also be really interested to see. Oh, sorry, go on, Wells.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and then the icing on the cake is that we got it times 2. That's all.
Yep.
Like,
absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Well, brag a little more. Let me hear
it. You know, it's crazy. How could you not brag about that one? Damn. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
No, that's all right. I love it. I love hearing it. I was going to say 2 things I'm really excited to see. One is, basically what's going to happen in the lead up to this fork and the snapshot phase. Like, I think we're going to get some really crazy price action given some of the stuff we've just learned today about, what's actually available in terms of supply. And then the second thing, I'm also really interested to understand what these additional hex that have been sacrificed over the last 24 hours, what that actually does to the total supply of Pulse. I know it's increased it, but I'm a little bit kind of unclear as to what's actually happened there. Yeah.
We're going to have a report. That's what we mean also by tallying the points and stuff.
Let me think.
We'll be able to
correct me if I'm wrong, Karim, but I think what happens is that you take the total dollar value sacrificed.
Yep.
Then you tally up that all those dollar values, right? That and then you get when they were sacrificed. And that gives you your number of points, right? And then those number of points are a representation of the potential supply for Pulse.
Because it's based on their respective TWAP when they were done. Because I can give rough estimates saying this from the volume multiplier, we got around 750 million, more or less. That was before OA action came in. And then with OA action, we had 14 billion. So you can kind of extrapolate that there's 13 billion from that. So you're looking at it about like from that 700 mil, you're looking at a solid, 15x move from there.
Yeah.
So, but what's amazing is that there's a high probability, once again, a lot of those quants just going to sit there and play validation action. So, and then in terms of price point, it's very dangerous for people to just think, oh, well, there's this many coins, therefore it's only that. No, they'll fall for the fucking trap again and then get wrecked. It's about what is moving. It's about circulating supply. So that is actually very bullish because you can assume those coins are not going to move for a very long time. Therefore, what's left is what the user have.
That's it. Just like
make
X.
no mistake, that sacrifice wallet, again, everything gets sold but Hex, and he gets sold for what? He gets sold for USDC. So jet fuel, like, you know what I'm saying? You got
double
the
up.
rocket, But make no mistake, we got the gallons of fuels.
Double up. It's crazy, bro. Like, okay, so the way I see it, you basically got another hex on your hands, just different utility. But in terms of design, it's just another hex. Because if you think about it, instead of having a market that's designed to function a certain way, right? To provide a certain utility, right? Like Hex, which is built on a bonding curve because it's designed with a mechanism. Pulse is straightforward, right? It's like stripped. It's like just shares of a system, right? That's where the unit bias comes into play. That's why there can be such a big supply. That's how the cost of the transaction stays cheap over time, right? All of these things are rolled up to create this one thing called Pulse Chain. And the design of the token is what's going to allow it to function how it's intended to function successfully. Because otherwise, you're just going to run into the same problem that everybody else is run with, right? High costs, right? The blocks are built to last, right? Which is important because these other chains, they might not, right, be around in 50 years. We really don't know what's going to happen.
Even if it fills up, the Richard said he has all the tricks off his sleeves to just
right.
Capacity. And again, that's what you do. You wait for it to fill up and then you increase capacity. But remember also, again, I've alluded to that. Pulse is deflationary. You need to start visualizing like what you hold is like a mini.
Yeah, it was gonna be minted. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
So it starts big number, then it shrinks.
It's completely So even though the supply is kind of like Hex in the sense that you got a ton, right? The reality is that you don't. And once it gets released, that's it.
That's it.
Game over.
Like
that's what's out there. It's not even gonna be like Hex where you're gonna have more printed. Like that's it. Good luck to you.
It's gonna be a mini version of what I call T-share acceleration, but this is gonna be on the Pulse side. And understand that in the beginning, because we don't know what PUSDC is gonna be, because they might nuke the thing. The path of valuation is going to come through Hex or Ethereum. So I'm expecting that USDC to pump the price on the Ethereum change. Then the value gets transferred to the bridge. Then it gets to Pulse, and then if the USDC people stop fucking around and don't nuke the contract, then maybe we can start messing around with PUSDC. But in the beginning, it's gonna just bridge through either Ethereum pair or a Hex pair or both, because why the hell not? So expect that Hex on Ethereum to flat first, because that's where the value is gonna come in. And then once you got the value over there on the Hex, once you transfer to the bridge, you can use that Hex to buy Pulse, or you can use Ethereum, to buy Pulse. So either way, this is how we're gonna bridge. So again, buy your fucking ticket on the airplane before you get left behind. There's only one flight, and it's the only flight allowed in Hexland. So either you get your ticket or you get left behind. You lose your visa.
Straight up.
You can't come in no more.
Don't do it. Don't be a victim.
So I'll leave with that little hopium, and then Wells, take us out, or Dollar Cost if you want to add something.
I'm good, bro. You can go Dollar Cost. I mean, I pretty much said everything I had to say for the day, because we're pretty much just waiting now, baby. Waiting for the next carpet ride, the next carpet to pull up so we can hop on and ride out.
That's it. What was your guys' strategy, Dollar Cost and Blaze, for the sacrifice?
For the sacrifice phase, it shifted a little bit. So originally, I was gonna put in kind of a smaller amount early on, and then maybe ride the price up a little bit later, and it kind of started to look like that wasn't going to eventuate. So I ended up doing most of my stack early on, and just popped in a little bit more today because I was waiting for some potential whale action. Didn't quite play out exactly as planned, but like I've always felt the whole way through this, any price in the sacrifice phase is amazing. So I'm very, very happy with everything that's just happened. So yeah, we'll see what it's like on the other side.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I pretty much my original strategy was to stake like
half of the hex that I was going to put into the sacrifice chamber on the first between the first 5 days, and the other half was split into 2 quarters, and then done between while still in the larger volume phase.
Mhm.
And then as I saw the final numbers, I mean, that was my original plan going in. Of course, you don't know what plan you have until you get punched in the face, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So pretty much into it, I ended up doing like 80% within the first 5 days.
Yeah.
Worked out pretty good. Worked out real good on that. And then the rest, I just trickled it in here and there. I mean, pretty much by day 8, I was already in already, like all of it. So that was pretty much my staking strategy, as well as like a lot of my students as well. Were pretty much all went in heavy on the first 5 days. So shout out 6 God, 7 God.
Nice.
Right on.
By the way, shout out to you on that for the course and everything. And I saw you on the Fresh and Fit. That was awesome. So keep spreading that word out there, because
No, for sure.
that's great. Because a lot of those people, man, if they see what we have and really spend the time, it's gonna blow off. So
I mean, there's a lot of Fresh and Fit hexagons now. Let me tell you that much.
Or
Yeah, we'll be on there again in about a month or so. I'm trying to get some other people on there as well. So I'm setting some interviews up in the background.
perfect. Let us know if we can help in any way, though.
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you just gotta talk to these guys. These guys are busy. I mean, they're just out in Miami, in the clubs all night.
they busy.
We're business too, right? So
Yeah, shout out Fresh, shout out Fit. Let's go.
yeah, Fresh. You got his Lambo, so it's good.
Well, thanks everybody for joining tonight, and thanks everybody at home for watching. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Follow everybody here on Twitter and elsewhere, and we'll be live again tomorrow night for our Tuesday Quant Gang. And I'll go ahead and hit the exit here. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Peace.